I built this shit. Me.
I love the game.
I love the hustle.
Welcome to the First Move Podcast, a space discussing the pivotal decisions behind success, relationships, and reinvention. I am your host, Mr. KOA. Let's make some moves. Now, the timing of this guest coming on is actually perfect because I just made a post about my return to Toronto for the first day game 1+1 night. I did this this is not my second consecutive year doing it during Caribbean on the weekend. And she actually came last year. She came to Toronto and she was outside. she got a real taste of what Toronto's like in the summer. And people, you guys don't understand, like Toronto is literally the place to be in the summer. Any other month, nah. But summertime in Toronto is bar none. So if you guys are watching or listening, the first day game 1+1 night will be back this July 27th and July 28th in Toronto. My birthday is July 30th. I'll be celebrating my birthday on the second day. But on to our guest. Not much introduction. She does all the things. She dates all the guys. She travels the world. She has the perfect life in terms of if you're looking online visually. Obviously, everyone has their ups and downs, but if you're watching this person's life from just social media, it looks incredible. And I'm glad to see her doing what she wants to be doing. You know, I'm sure there's been times where you were maybe trying to figure out what you wanted to do and what life looked like for you. And I feel like, at least now, I feel like you're still adjusting, but I feel like you found your groove. So this is Naya. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. Introduce yourself.
I love what you said. My name is Naya, the real Naya Moore on social media. I am a food blogger, private jet flight attendant, serial dater, shot shooter, food enthusiast, solo traveler, all the good things. So I incorporate a lot of that into my content online. But I love that you pointed out that what you see is my life online, and it does appear incredibly exciting,
of course,
and magnetic and fun. But I cried myself to sleep last night.
Hey, that's real life.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you don't see on camera, because I just don't think I could ever be that person that can pick up the phone and cry.
I hope you never become that person. I never want to see you press record, then cry. I never want to see that.
Yeah, that's not what we're there for.
I never want to see that content.
Don't be that girl.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we all have our own nasty bits and things that are, I think, even more realer than like the content, the highlight reel that we showcase online. And so there are parts of that I do want to kind of implement into my content, because I want it to resonate and for people to recognize that although I'm having a great time,
there is a real side to it.
There's still a real side to it. And I'm open and vulnerable enough to share that. So I just got to figure out like how to do that at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's what you're doing just without the crying. I think even just sharing,
just talking about it.
Yeah, really, I think just talking about it, be like even to the point of what you just said or what I just said. It's like the obvious elephant in the room. I'm sure you guys see me flying and doing stuff and traveling. I'm sure you guys are at home like, fuck, I wish I could do this. And yes, that part is dope. But it does come with work. When I'm traveling, I'm not always just partying. I'm not always like I'm here to work. And this is the side that you guys don't really see. But yes, I do enjoy the fruits of my labor. But I think just being transparent. I think this was a year for me. I'm not sure if you even know this, but this year I made a commitment to be more open about what I'm doing. Like, I feel like I've been building in public a lot of the stuff that I'm doing. People saw me build this from a white wall. Like, I'm showing my BTS of how I edit videos. Like, I'm giving people more without like forcing it to be like, here's my BTS. I'm just showing you. I'm not really trying to make it a thing. Yeah. I think I'm just authentically being like, if you happen to pop into my story or see what I'm doing, you may just follow, and then when you see everything come together, you're like, oh shit, I've been watching it. Yeah. I feel like I found a way to authentically just share a little bit more of what I've been doing. For sure.
And that takes a lot of courage to do, because a lot of times people won't try, let alone also reveal the groundwork, because they're like, what if I don't finish? What if I just decide to change my mind? What if I quit on this? Now people are going to have this expectation of the execution, and I'm just not fully sure that I could do that. So I
kind of use that
as an accountability partner or accountability element in your life to push you to finish.
Yes.
Because people are rooting for you. They want to see it. So it's
whether
let me get this done.
Whether they're rooting for me or not, I feel like once I established I'm doing something and people now know I'm doing something, I cannot stop.
Yeah.
Whether you guys care if I'm doing it or not, I almost use it. I'm like, if I make this a thing, if I say I'm doing this, this has to get done now.
Facts, yeah.
And I've used that versus, you know, you can keep things to yourself and still get them done. But I feel like because I'm such a competitor and I'm an athlete and all that stuff, I'm like, I feel like once I put something out there, you gotta go get it. Like they now need to see what you've been planning.
I love that. I honestly think I should do that because a lot of my drive, if it's just up to me, like my ambition, I really probably won't do it. I know that is terrible, and I've tried to work that out with my therapist. Like, why is you not enough of like for you to like lock in and into your killer instinct? I execute on the strength of doing this for someone else to not let other people in my life that I love let down. Right. Or like keeping a promise to my father or keeping a promise to a friend is more important than like keeping one to myself, truly. Yeah. So like, I think maybe I should like implement that in my life in terms of like what I'm creating, I'm just saying like, I want to do this and tell you guys what my plan is. And then unfinished, flawed as it is, and then just be vulnerable and like, hey, and even if I take a swing at it and fail miserably,
then laugh
sorry, it's still like most people won't even try.
Yes.
So
1,000%.
I might do that too.
And it's funny, the timing of I saw a video yesterday that resonated with me so much, and I'm gonna share and paraphrase what it was. Yeah. But essentially, this guy was saying, in order to achieve some of the things that we want in this life, you have to make impossible goals. Have you seen that video?
Yeah. I mean, I know that philosophy though.
So if you guys never heard what that means to have impossible goal, essentially it's like when you make goals that are very close and attainable, it doesn't force you to do more.
Yeah.
So if you make $100,000 this year and you're like, I had a good year, and you're like, next year I'm gonna do 150,000. Yeah. The jump from 100 to 150 is too realistic. It won't force you to really fail, and like it's comfortable. It's a comfortable goal that you can get. You might get 130, but it's close. But if your goal from 100,000 is like next year I want 3 million, most likely you won't hit the 3 million from 100,000, but the drive you'll get trying to get to 3 million will probably get you to 500,000.
Yep, exactly. Oh, that's such a great way to attack it.
If you go for 150, you'll get the 150. If you go for 3 million, you're like, 3 million is crazy. But you'll get 500,000, you'll be like, shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you make goals that are so far ahead, it'll force you to get to a level that you would never push yourself for a goal that feels closer. And then the other side of it, to shorten the distance of your goals. So for example, I say I want to be a millionaire by 45.
Yeah.
Right? That gives me about 9 years, 10 years. When you give yourself 10 years, if you don't do stuff 1 year or 2 years, you're like, I still got 8, I still got 7. Psychologically, you've told yourself 10.
Yeah.
So you've given yourself such a buffer.
Grace,
But if you tell yourself, I want to be a millionaire by 40,
yes,
you have 4 years to do that. And what you do in that tight 4 years will force you to really try to get there. We're making goals too far in advance that gives us too much safety.
I agree.
And I think that's also something I'm really going to try implementing.
Honestly, it's crazy that we even have these, 5-year, 10-year increment ideas and plans when you really don't know what tomorrow is. Like, you really should be acting like I'm trying to do this shit by tomorrow. For real. Because imagine if you're like, you're going to take a bigger risk. All the things that you think matter when you have time won't. Once you absolve that and you're like, okay, I got to try and just make the most of this.
Right now.
And give it my best right now.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Like having those like long, the idea of I think it's just the naivety of human beings thinking we do have more time than any of us know that we may or may not. And then that naturally just provides comfortability. You're like, well, I'm 25, so I got until 35 to figure it out. And I'm telling you, I am a victim of that. Like in my 20s, I played around. In my 20s, I had no ambition, like none at all.
Yeah.
I relied heavily on the fact that I was a vibe. People liked me. I was pretty. And I was a fourth quarter performer. So like if I needed to pull off how to pay rent,
I'll get it done.
You know what I mean? Like I was lazy and but I also just didn't have an appetite for something outside of like just a little, like getting by.
Yeah.
And then when I got to my 30s and I wanted more comfortability, I wanted more for myself. I hadn't done the groundwork in my 20s. So now I'm trying to play catch up.
You're trying to start now.
But with the 30s swag, that is not, it's different, to be completely honest, even in like the dating marketplace.
Yeah.
Than it was in the 20s. Like the credit score, the stock goes down. I don't care how well you take care of yourself. Like youth is the highest currency, I think, for women. Mm-hmm. And especially when it comes to like, childbearing and all those things. So like, I was like, oh shoot, I gotta like figure some things out for myself to play catch up. When if I had just, maybe played my cards differently, like I don't know. I wouldn't be moving with such haste and like, got to get it right this time now. The way my mentality is like, I can't make mistakes. I have no room for error now. That's how I feel at 37 versus when I was in my 20s. There was all this room for grace and error. But I was just like, I'm thinking I was Peter Pan.
I mean, I think there's nuance to that because yes, you know, I think your 20s are when you're supposed to be figuring what that looks like. I think that's when you're supposed to be playing around and trying stuff. Yes, there's the element where it's like, yeah, you could lock in by, but I feel like, at least in my personal opinion, I feel like your 30s is what really carves you. Obviously, the timelines, if you want to be a mother and that type of stuff for women, is a little different and curated for that specifically. But outside of the child's portion of things, just for your life, like you're not in any rush. Like most millionaires, most successful people, it's 30, it's 45, it's 40, some 50 hit their stride of like what it is. Obviously, I'm not saying you want to wait that long, but I feel like there's nothing you're doing. I feel like we put this time on ourselves of like when we should make it instead of enjoying this journey of making it, which you are making in the current. It's like if you don't hit this certain stage by certain number or age, you feel like we're behind.
This is why I feel I'm behind. So I subscribe to, like, I went to Howard, entire education paid for, full ride.
Yeah.
I was not in a rush to pay anybody back. So like when I got home, I'm like, I'm about to be a cocktail waitress. I went on The Real World. I lollygagged. I didn't feel like I needed to get into the rat race because I played my cards right in high school and then in college. But what I'm saying is it didn't occur to me to find a passion. And at bare minimum, I would encourage anybody in their 20s watching this to just find a passion, something that you would do every day for free. And at least keep that in the back of your mind of like, maybe that's something that I could actually do for a living.
That's fair.
Versus being idle.
I at least had basketball.
Yeah, you had something.
There is some, you're right.
I had nothing other than, where's the party at?
Yeah.
And is my dress clean for my cocktail waitress job at 10 p.m. tonight?
But there's nothing anchoring.
But during the day, it was like I was sleeping all day because I had been working till 4. And like, it's just like, it was cute it should have been cute for a summer, fresh out of college, but not for a stint of my 20s until the private jet industry saved me. But up until that point, I was just lollygagging and not really doing anything with myself. And to be completely honest, there's not much to show for it in terms of like, okay, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I did. But like, what there that's like, that set me up for the next era of my life in my 30s? I had to like figure things out in real time.
And that's honest.
Yeah.
Tell me about your biggest sacrifice.
In life or like right now?
However you want to perceive that question.
My biggest sacrifice, I would probably say the role I'm playing within my content right now and how it's affecting like my real love life in the pursuit of love for real. I think that it's a double-edged sword.
You think because are you referring to like dating
the
and
dating
trying
component
stuff?
that just only emerged within the last year, as you know?
So you think because you're dating half seriously, half creatively, you feel like it's affecting the ability to actually find something? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, and that's also coupled with my job, which has me on an airplane half of the month. And it's not just a regular airplane, it's a private jet. So, the optics of that, I think, kind of, scares people. I mean, I've been told by men.
Yeah. So you think your sacrifice is right now choosing your career over love? I'm trying to find the balance. And I believe I serve a God that is not going to make me choose, because my intent and why I'm showcasing my dating life, my personal life, parts of my career have nothing to do with me. Like, this is in no capacity a vanity project. I've always been the center of attention. I do not need any more of that. I just felt like I could make it purposeful in it being infectious to others and inspiring others to get out in the world, and for women to be comfortable with the idea of shooting their shot, being understanding of the fact that men are shy too, men are afraid of rejection too. Like, what is the harm and what is not feminine about just saying hello and complimenting a man and just maybe breaking the ice? I promote that. And I also am just not afraid of rejection or failure. Like, I'm like, the worst that could happen is I don't get the thing that I want. But like, to me, what is more terminally
of a more of a terminal horror story to me, or like that would affect my mental health, would be not trying at all.
Yeah.
Like just that on loop. Like you didn't even try. You were a coward. You didn't even like, what was the thing that was stopping you from just shooting your shot and going after something you want, whether it be like a career thing or a man. It's not a death sentence if he doesn't like me. It's not a death sentence if this date that went great on night one didn't turn out to be like the love of my life.
But what made you decide to embody this role as why you? Why did you feel like I need to be this?
I think it was
because it feels like a calling now.
It does
for you. What was that feeling that you're like, I need to do this? Because anyone could do it.
Yeah.
And you could have been like, I'll just wait for some other girl to do it. Why Naya to do this?
I think because I'm very selfless. Even though my job, and I'm gone all the time, and I'm an aunt, and I don't want children. Like people think, oh, you're a selfish person. Like you just like your life out of a suitcase, living on the road. I'm very selfless, and like I want to be useful to other people. And I felt like I'm gonna be okay. Like no matter what happens, even if it's just me by myself, a lone wolf for the rest of my life, I know how to find ways to make it magical and to bring peace and joy to myself. If that's just my story, if it's not in the cards for me to find a person to align myself with and like spend my life with and do life with.
If it's
like
not one person.
If it's not one person.
You can still
you
can have other interactions and meet people.
Meaningful connections and relationships, and whether it's a week or whether it's 5 years or whether it's life, like I am having such a great time with just connecting with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that just makes me the perfect candidate to do it because I can handle it. So no matter what happens for me, this is not about me. I get so much joy, Ryan, from the countless messages I get from people, men and women saying, I'm going on my first solo trip. I'm going out to dinner by myself. Something that I was so afraid to do. Or I'm going back on the dating apps. Or I'm shooting my shot. I'm going to ask this person out. I'm going to do all these things because of the way you illustrated your life. And it's inspired me to say, why not, and do it on my own.
Yeah.
And that's purpose. That's why I didn't have in my 20s. So when you get a taste of that, and I could cry, it's like, I can't go back.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I have so much reason. But the benefit is I'm also like, I'm such a crybaby.
Nah, listen, I cried on my third episode. Third episode in, I ended up crying on my own show. So, hey,
But like, this feels honest, good to me.
Yeah.
Like even if it's one person that I impact in a positive way, one relationship that is cultivated, and I get an invitation to a wedding that's like, this happened because of watching your little silly video with you eating food and, saying bonehead things and flirting with men or whatever, like that's purpose. Yeah. So,
I love that.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm leaning into it. And I just also like, I'm a gambler. I'm a risk taker. I'm like, set them up. Let's play. Like, I know that the God that I serve is not going to require me to choose, but it's not going to be on my time. So like I told you last night, I cried myself to sleep in frustration with the fact that I had to G-check 3 different men who asked me out, who walked into my space, into my life, only to waste my time off of like really silly things. And just the frustration of that, because I was kind of like rooting for them in that situation. I was just like, it should not be this complicated.
Yeah.
Because when I do it, it works out beautifully. But what I'm learning, Ryan, is I'm like, when I'm going on these dates, and not just the content ones that you guys see with like the cute eye candy, but like the ones off camera. I'm like, am I really having a time of my life with these men, or am I just the fun? Like, am I fun?
That's so fucking real.
I think it's me.
Oh my God. Do you know what's the way you just phrased that? Sorry to interrupt you though. The way you just phrased that is probably something I've been saying internally to myself for years. And I think that's what has like made me kind of hesitant I don't go on a lot of dates personally. I don't. Like, I had this conversation with someone. They're like I was like, do you get to know people on dates, or do you know people first before you go on dates? And I'm not going on a date with you if I don't like you. We're not getting. I agree. We're not getting on a date.
Yeah.
Like, I'll chat with you for a couple of days. If I don't enjoy this, we're not. Because I'm not spending a date with you. Because I have to pay for it. I have to set it up. Like, so if I don't enjoy us just speaking, I'm not having a date with you.
I subscribe to that.
And for me, and that's as the man, because obviously the man has to lead and stuff. So I'm like, I'm not just going on these dates. But I feel like when people ask me, like, have you ever had a bad date? I'm like, I've never had a bad date because I make that shit dope. I may not have enjoyed myself with them as much as other people, but I've never had a bad date.
Or maybe you did.
Or
but
maybe.
it was like I still curated that whole
right.
thing.
I'm like, but I'm the reason it's dope. So I'm like, it's always gonna be good. Like I'm gonna make it fun. I'm not a weirdo. I'm not gonna bring some random shit. So like, I'll always have fun.
Yeah.
Regardless of who it is. And it's like, I feel like for me to really take that leap, it's like it's meeting someone that also is their own fun. Like, I think that is the real challenge in relationships or just dating in general, is like, are you meeting people that bring their own element, or are they absorbing yours?
Okay, two things.
Go ahead.
Follow-ups. So you would have to, in order to figure that out, you would have to give her the floor to decide what it is you guys are possibly going to do. Or
You're talking about initially.
Yes. Or are you like, hey, I'm going to facilitate the planning of this, and then you show up, and then I will figure out if like you're fine while we're doing this. Like, which one is a safer investment for you?
I think before I go on the date, we're chatting.
Yes. So on what? FaceTime or phone?
I'm either or. I like FaceTiming, but if they want just phone, it's whatever. But we're chatting first, so I'll know like, okay,
there's
a vibe here.
Yeah.
So then for date options, it's never just we're doing this. I'll be like, I'll ask interest, blah blah blah, and I'll be like, okay, I have this. Which do you like? It's never just like we're doing this because I said so.
Yeah.
I'll be like, we can do this. We can do a show. We can do this. We can do a dinner and this. Like, what do you prefer? Like, I'll kind of give you an option of like, what do you like? They'll say this, cool. Then I'll go set it up. I'll go this. I'll make the reservations, pay for whatever.
Yeah.
But it's never been like, this is what we're doing, like harsh line.
Yeah.
So nothing we've done, they don't know we're doing.
I
don't really make surprise dates.
Yeah.
Unless
and you're not a serial, like, I'm going on a date a couple times a week, if every week. When you create a date, when you set up a date, I feel like it's gonna be fly, like just all the little details, because I know you. I mean, look at this space that we're in. It's like this was carefully thought out, and so like I feel like knowing that you're that kind of guy, such a rare breed. I had a little trauma blowback that just hit me just now, because I had to literally bang on a guy last night, because it was just like such a foreign concept of like just the fundamentals of setting up the date and the time. It was like, you've infiltrated my space. You asked me to entertain you.
Go do it.
But there is no plan, no course of action, nothing.
I hear this
set up besides like, when can I see you? And it was like echoing, and it felt like I could hear the like coupled with him saying that. And that was like the third time he texted me that, and I go,
you're like,
I need you to, I'm gonna get, this is free game. I know you just moved to LA, and I'm about to save you if you absorb what I'm about to say. Like, you have got to have it together before you approach a woman in any capacity.
I agree.
Yeah. And it's simple.
Yeah.
I am telling you to get on the phone with me on FaceTime. Let's talk and see if there is compatibility,
even that
chemistry, so that you don't waste your money, I don't waste my time or my expensive makeup or an outfit.
Facts.
If we don't really like each other, if we don't think that there's something there, why are you not even capable of doing that part?
Facts. I'm
trying to save you.
I'm a firm believer. I'm like, stop just jumping to the date. I don't want to see you.
And I also don't believe that and I've been terrible about doing this.
What?
When it's an absolute vibe, let's just say on the first convo,
you'll jump to see you?
No, I'll be on that phone with him for like 4 hours. But like, it's been happening recently.
You'll just stay on the phone.
But we cannot stop talking and having a good time. But what
Why
happens
is that a bad thing?
Because something falls apart when it comes to like the dating in real life, and I'm like,
oh, you're saying
I shouldn't have been on the phone with him that long.
You're saying you fantasize that phone call was too long.
I didn't leave it in room for mystery.
You don't allow the room to now meet.
There was no room for mystery. And the last 2 times that happened, I was like, Naya, we have to go back to the tapes. Think about why this didn't immediately transition from one phone call to that candlelit dinner that you guys were totally capable of and had already planned.
You already burnt out the conversation.
Because you guys it was like too much. And then something happens where I think it's just like the thrill of chasing the hunt or whatever kind of dissipated. And I was like,
that's a good point.
I shouldn't have done that. Even though we were vibing, he held me hostage on the phone. I tried to get off a couple times and he was like, just keeping me like,
But then no follow-up after that?
It was a follow-up, but it was so immediate. Like, I want you to come over to my place. And I'm like, baby.
Oh, skipping steps.
Hard no.
Like skip steps.
Immediately was like, she vibed with me so hard that I don't have to take her to dinner. I don't have to get to know her. I don't have to court her.
He jumped over the dating part.
He just got too big for his britches. And I gave him, though, the confidence to do that by letting him hold me hostage on that phone for that long. I mean, that is an insane amount of time, and I recognize that. That it was like 4.5 hours, but we were having a great time. But what happened is he became lazy and believed that he already,
But I'm not gonna blame you for that. I'm not gonna let you take that, only because I say it because like I've had one of those conversations with somebody before.
Yeah.
Where it's like we just hit and we're talking. I'm just like, yo, how long you been and I'm just like, how long we been talking? Like it's been 2.5, almost 3, whatever. I don't know if it was 4, but close, like a long convo, maybe 2.5, 3 hours. And I think to me, that is, I mean, I wouldn't jump to pull up to my house. That's just, I don't.
He said he was like, I want to cook for you.
Yeah.
And I thought, baby, first of all, former private chef here.
Yeah, you're like.
So like nothing you're going to whip together in that kitchen is going to impress me anyway. But also, nice try, buddy. I was born at night, but not yesterday.
Yeah.
You're not getting me in the crib.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna let you take that, because like that was him fumbling that situation where it's like he thought because that was such a good thing, he can just, let me just get to the good part. And I think for me, in my situation, when I had such a long conversation with somebody, it was like, I'm definitely seeing you now. Like that was that's how I received that. Where I was like, if this was so dope, us in person that's a breeze.
But that's a difference in man.
Exactly.
And
that's what I'm saying. It's not.
So he wasn't willing to mask it.
But that's
anymore.
what I'm saying. It's not. You didn't burn that out by having a long conversation.
It happened like 3 times in the last like 2 years though. I did that, and then nothing came about.
But that's not you though. If you can stand the conversation that long, you're enjoying conversation.
Well, duh. I mean that.
But
you don't think that it's a woman's responsibility also in the thrill of the hunt, which men appreciate and desire, that I also should leave some room for mystery, and it is my responsibility to have something else to be doing right now besides sitting on the phone with somebody for 4 hours.
I mean, yes and no, but what do you consider mystery? You can't learn everything in 4 hours anyways.
But that's why we do that over dinner. So now that you've established that you really like me within this last hour and a half, if that, set up a date, a time reservation, tell me where to meet you, and then we continue that conversation over proper courtship, fellowship. My God. It was just like, what is this going on?
I guess I'm just saying, like, in that 4 hours of these combos with these guys you had, like, that's not all of Naya, regardless.
No,
so I'm saying, when you're saying leave stuff to mystery, your whole life is still mystery. That 4 hours is, there's no way.
But maybe it's exposing the fact that the men I was having these conversations with were also lazy and only interested in me and like to experience me, and so that exposed that.
And
so they were like,
so I'd probably keep doing that. But that's what I'm saying.
If that's your advice, is totally against what all the women in my life are saying. Like,
don't listen to women about men. Don't listen to women give you advice about men. That I need to.
We're gonna ask the comments. We need y'all to tell us what y'all.
I need to really ring that home. Women, stop listening to other women about how men operate. So if women are saying, "Oh, you should," you guys don't know how we think. I'm telling you, as a man, these men you're who you are. You can't.
What about the math?
What
about the math, though?
What about the math?
The math is saying every time I've done this, it has been an unsuccessful.
How many times
in my life?
How many times? How many times have you done that? Very unique.
In the last year, I've done that. In 365 days, I've done that probably 4 times.
4 times.
Meaning, like the phone call lasted. Not even lying. Like it was like 4 hours.
Sure.
Anything over 2 is crazy.
Okay.
But like up to 4, and nothing transpired after that.
Okay.
Maybe another phone call. Like usually it was like 2 of those or something similar. And because of my job, I think that also allows them to get away with it because usually I'm out of town.
Right.
So it's like we have nothing but time to get to know each other. But then when it comes to, okay, this is my shot to see her in person, it's sometimes, and not all the time, but I feel like I've recently been running into like just laziness. It's like, I'm gonna cook for you, and it's like, babe, I'm not. What about our conversation made you think that I'm the type of girl to come to a man's house without knowing him at all?
In what other scenario is 4 a good enough number to make a decision for everything?
4 hours?
No, 4 instances.
That's 4 out of 4 though. So that's a failing number if all 4 are unsuccessful.
4 out of 4, but that's just 4. That's literally just 4 men. That's literally 4 men. And I get it is consuming in terms of the act and the intention to have convo, but from a macro perspective,
out of all the men, no, it's still the minority. I know what you're saying.
That's
like,
4 men. Those are the 4 men that approached you, who's very public, who's very pretty,
but the
who's
4
very
times
online.
that I've done that, it was unsuccessful. So to me, that's 100% unsuccess rate by doing that 4 times. Staying on the phone for 4 hours and all 4 of those times, that's 4 for 4.
Sure, and if the next 4 are 4 out of 8, then what?
Do I want to run the risk to see if it's going to be different this time around? No,
or don't date.
No, it's not. Don't date. It's you don't need to be on the phone with every man that you're potentially trying to date for real in real life off the phone.
But you're not going to be on. But here's the thing: you're not going to be on the phone with every guy, but you're not going to connect like that with every guy.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not a thing. It's not me saying keep having fun. You're not controlling those conversations. You're not. It's not every guy you talk to. You're like, let's do another 4. No, if it naturally progresses to that, then that's what happens with those unique people. Not every unique person is going to play out.
Every situation is an isolated experience. I totally subscribe to that.
But I'm not saying keep forcing. You're not forcing those conversations. So those are natural things. So if that continues to happen,
I hear what you're saying, but this is where I have to say I gotta kind of try something different, go against the grain of what I've already been doing, because my father agreed.
Sure,
and he is Bible for me in terms of whenever I do something, I just put the stat sheet on the table, and he's like, yeah, not that. This was great. Not this. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And we're so tight like that he's like, yeah, like that thing that you've been doing with the 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever. Like, let's do less of that.
Sure.
Like, when you're available for them to take you out, get to know you, whatever. But also, let me say this too. I'm a solo diner, solo enthusiast, lone wolf. So like for me to even, I don't need a free meal. I don't need you to curate an experience for me. Yeah. I am a vibe and a half by myself. I do that naturally. So for me to show up at that dinner table, I also have to really, really, really be interested in like you and see potential there.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
So to your point,
you're unique. He's giving you advice, and shout out to your dad, but he's giving you advice for the typical woman. And you're not typical in terms of you being able to do that, and you requiring a certain unique game plan based on how you operate in terms of conversation. Yes, for the normal girl, don't keep doing that because that's not you. But for what you require, because you are very self-sufficient, you kind of need to do that.
No, because think about it.
I mean, okay.
What is the difference? Let's just say you and I, our first conversation is an hour and a half, and you were like, I'm intrigued. Yeah. And clearly it's a mutual thing. It's my responsibility to cut it short, to say, I really enjoy this. I would love to see you. I've now given you the ball to hoop, nigga. Put a date together. Yeah. I've made it clear that I want to put a pause on this. See you later in a different environment. Allow you to court me, because that's what you should do. And you should know within an hour and a half if that's something that you're interested in doing.
I can agree
4
with that.
4 hours is excessive.
I'm only saying,
even though we were vibing, having a time.
Yeah, I'm only saying
this. It's excessive.
I'm agreeing and disagreeing. I'm only saying this because I don't have that many, but I have had those conversations where they are long and enjoyable, and it creates a much more solid groundwork for me to keep wanting to talk to that person.
What happened though? Where are those girls?
It wasn't many girls.
But like, what happened with that after those 4 hours? Like, what were those?
We dated for a good amount of time.
What's a good amount of time?
Like almost a year.
Okay.
Like literally almost a year.
Okay.
And my scenario is different because I have other scenario. I have a child, but it wasn't because
it wasn't like one hit one. It wasn't like
that person that lasted that long. We fucked with each other because I'm like, this is hard. Like I don't connect that much with people. So if I do have a 4-hour conversation, yes, and I think it's in reverse because I am the man. So that's why my perspective is a little bit different than yours. Because
I can see
if I have that long conversation with somebody, I'm gonna do something as me, the man. You're on the recipient because you're gonna have a good conversation with somebody, but you're not the one to do. It's just the ones you're having conversations with aren't those types of men. It's not what you're doing is wrong. It's you aren't in the position to court. So like it's kind of out of your hands. I'm enjoying this. He's enjoying this, but these men that you've done this with still don't have the tools. It doesn't mean they didn't like you. No man stay on the phone if he didn't like you. I'm not doing. No man is just staying on the phone. We're not just staying 100%. On the phone for 4 hours. We're not.
But here's the thing. I attract a lot of men. You can not like somebody, but get pleasure out of experiencing them for entertainment purposes.
Sure.
And unfortunately, I attract a lot of that, where it's like I now know because I'm up on game. Right. This man wants to experience Naya, right? Like the essence of Naya, so but like he is not want the responsibility of keeping her or like, you know, whatever she.
He's just like, how long do I stay on this phone until I get it?
Or sometimes just like I like her confidence. I like the fact that she's energetic and she's magnetic. And she's arm candy, and if I am seen with her and like we have a good time, and like, she's always there's always gonna be something fun to come just with proximity to her. But I don't want the responsibility of her, or like I don't know what she requires, and I don't know if I've already assumed because of this private jet thing. Like I had a man on a date tell me, he goes, "That's gonna be a problem for you," but then also like your big life on camera and on social media is another thing, and then two, now you've incorporated this dating thing. People can't differentiate like real life from social media and content and creative, you know, expression.
Like the authenticity of it.
Which is, I was like, well, what's the difference between Denzel, who goes and makes out with a woman in a movie, but then goes back home to his wife, and it's like
they view acting as different.
They do,
yeah.
And I'm like, what? Why? It's an iPhone versus motion picture.
I mean that we understand. It's just the level of respect towards where we're at in the economy.
Yes,
it's not. To you, it's I'm acting or playing or whatever. Like, but
I'm not sleeping with them, and like if I was, I will, and I'm grown. But like, I'm showing flirtation, courtship, conversation, which I haven't even mic'd up and really did that yet. I'm gonna get in my bag in that this year. But like, because I feel like the conversations that I'm having are beautiful. You witnessed this when you filmed me and Seiko's date. Like that was such a beautiful moment of like two people like getting to know each other. It was flirtatious. It was just positive. It was for us. So I want to show more of that. But like, that's why I do it. And
but the average person that's not in this world doesn't respect this world.
No.
And that's just what it is. That's literally just what
it is. It's so easy to though. Like to me, it's like
because
if you can comprehend a movie and see realness from
that's your cognitive mind being in it. The average person who's not in this world, if they do a regular job or do their whatever that's not creative. I even made the post I just made a week ago or so. I'm like, I definitely have to be with someone creative at this stage of my life. That understands it. Not my same career. Doesn't have to be a photographer.
100%.
But a creative mind operates differently. You can do other stuff creatively. You don't have to shoot and do this stuff, but you have to at core be a creative mind. Be someone that's outside the box. Be someone that doesn't have rigid lines in terms of your mindset, in terms of your goals. Like, because if I'm with someone like that, they suppress me. And I've been in it. I've done it already. I've done it already. And I'm like, I'm not doing it again.
Same.
And I feel like when I've met people that maybe I'm not in a relationship with, but even if I meeting you, like we're not romantic, but like having this conversation with someone that's your girlfriend or boyfriend is tough. Like that's freeing to be like, oh, you get it. Like, and totally. I lean more into that period. Facts. You know what I mean? So we can talk about shit forever, but let me get to your next question. This will actually be a great episode because we just going this can go into everything. But you've been in the television industry for a little bit, and you kind of dabbled in that for a few years. How did you get into that, and why did you do it? And did you know it was going to work?
Television happened for me right after college. It was really just because I was idle and lazy. I didn't want to get serious about anything. I was like, what can I do? So I decided to be a cocktail waitress. And I jokingly, this is why I say the power of the tongue is not a joke, because when we were at a graduation party, everyone was talking about, oh, I'm going to law school. I'm going to med school. I'm doing this. I'm getting a grad degree. Like, what are you going to do, Naya? I was like, I don't know. I'm going to just go waitress and go in the real world. And the room fell silent. Everyone was like, okay, all right, what are you going to do, Siobhan or whatever? And I was like, all right, why are we in a rush? Like, I want to just chill. I don't owe Sally Mae. And so one day I was already a cocktail waitress, driving my little Nissan around Atlanta, and I seen this long line around a bar and a bunch of people standing in it. I was like, what's the line for? That was like maybe a concert or something. They're like, oh, it's real world auditions. And so I'm like, what are the chances?
Yeah.
Park my car, didn't even pay for parking, jump out, get in line in whatever outfit I was in, and just winged it. And then from there they were like, oh, send us some audition tapes. They said send us one. And I was like, no, I'm gonna send them like 3. And I basically just stuck my camera in my on my dashboard and just talked shit and just sent them that. And they get tens of thousands of entries every year. They called me and then they're like, we want to, you to have further auditions. I made it to like the last 20. And then they called me again and said, hey, we decided to go in a different direction, but thank you for the process. And at the time when they called, I was in the mid fight with my boyfriend at the time. I was like, okay, thank you so much. I got to go, bye. And then I said, I'm going on that show. Looked at him and he looked at me and then we continued our argument, but he's like, I know you are.
Even though
because you've already said it. They said no, but I had already decided that they're going to have to find a way because this is what I want. And I need to use that manifestation power right now in my current life.
Yes.
And it was just the conviction of, I'm not entertaining another scenario. You're going to have to figure out why I'm coming and when I'm coming. Yeah. But I'm coming and I'm about to take it over completely. And me just being myself, I was not only just the star of that show, but I saved that entire franchise. The producers told me. How did you
get on it still?
Oh, so they had picked their 7 original cast members. And then one of the girls, Joy, she decided to leave within like the first 2 weeks for whatever reason. And then they needed someone else. And they hadn't picked a black girl. So that show was like notorious for like only having like just like caricatures of us. And so they had their black guy, which you could imagine it's usually the same kind of like whatever. And then they had no black girl. And because she was Asian, they needed to replace it, I'm assuming, with a minority. So they brought me in.
You just got the call.
Pardon?
You just got the call.
Just got the call. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's do it. And I got there and I was just like looking around. Because my idea of the real world, I didn't watch it, but I knew it was just an idea of young people having fun. Mm-hmm. So I was like, when I got there, nobody was having fun. These people were miserable, such a dark energy in the house. And I thought, I'll just come in here and turn it up. And they just weren't on that type of time. So I just did my own thing for the most part. And then, I don't really like to go back into like the depths of what happened. Yeah. Obviously, like that was incredibly unfortunate, like the stuff that transpired on that show that I was exposed to and the things that happened. But the moral of the story is like, I said I wanted to do that and I was specific and I wasn't desperate. I didn't try hard. I was just like, here's me. Here's the audition tapes. And then I just released it because I'd already decided that I was going to do it. How? That wasn't my job. That's his job. He's my source. So it's like God decided when and what was going to fall off of their game plan that they didn't anticipate. And then it was room for me and it worked out. But long story short, I was saying like the producers, after that unfortunate event that happened at the end of my season, they were like, this sucks that you went through this. And we recognize that. But like, we have a job next year because this was supposed to be the last season in the real world. They had the lowest budget just to be done with it, to throw it all away, to just kind of like ride off and to the sunset with it. And because of your season and how popular and controversial this is going to be, we have jobs next year. That's what a camera guy and a producer told me. And I thought, well, that sucks because I'm not getting paid anymore for like the pain and suffering of it all. But like, I was like, you're welcome.
Yeah. So...
And then that led to like the challenge. And things. Yeah. But I'm off that. We're on Table for One and the Naya show now.
That's all good. Tell me about the first time you got recognized in public.
The first time?
Like when were you outside and you're like, oh, people are really like...
It's honestly, I get way more recognition from what I'm doing now than from that show. They didn't have the visibility.
Not even the show, just the first moment where you're like...
Oh, I'll tell you about the one that is like in the forefront of my head. This woman, black woman, maybe I think like in her early 60s, husband had just passed. And met her in the airport. She was on her way to her first solo trip. She saw me. She yelled my name like I was Rihanna from across the thing, came running up to me, hugged me. I thought, has to be family. Because of the way she embraced me and squeezed me. And then she starts just a rapid fire explaining how I, in her words, saved her life. She said, I wanted to die after he left me. And I randomly stumbled upon, I know I'm going to do this.
Let's see.
Her husband had passed and he was her whole life. And she said, I randomly stumbled upon your videos. And she's like, I just followed you. I thought you were cute and funny and whatever. And she's like, you were dropping little nuggets of like wisdom and like how to live your life and doing this by yourself and how much you were romanticizing your own life and living it in such a way that it was so contagious to me that I had a choice to choose depression and grief and stay there, or pack a bag, use some of the money he left me and go on a fabulous trip and enjoy my life. My kids are grown. I had no excuse. And so she was like, you really ushered in the confidence to do that. And she was like, I'd never done anything by myself or for myself until I saw your content. And she was like, thank you. And so that was like just so, I felt like if that's it, just that one response from another human being,
I do it.
I'm good. So that was just such a beautiful moment. And like I've had so many moments like that, so many letters, so many comments, so many DMs where it's just like, even when I want to just slack and not give a shit and just, be nonchalant about it all, I'm like, no, like this is
people are
a good thing I'm doing. And I got to like keep doing it and also just, be kind to myself too and not try to rush it and do it and with a sense of urgency for other people. It's like still enjoy the ride. I do enjoy being creative. You've always probably been this way, but this is new for me. Like I'm looking around at how much you've invested into your creativity, into your art. I want to have a room like this one day.
Yeah.
I want to, especially as an EP of everything that I do, like I want to also be serious in it and intentional in it with all the things that will always elevate my level of excellence in creating and all that stuff. So,
I love that.
Not me crying twice now on the podcast, and we're only like.
Listen, these questions aren't. These are not play questions. Like everything in this book is very like meticulous.
Oh my God,
you already said how I am as a person. Like this is me. You know what I mean?
Which I love.
This isn't something.
I told you from the moment I flipped through the deck of cards the first day game, I was like, there's more intentionality behind this than like the other ones that I've seen where just like bonehead fun or like sex driven, icebreaker conversation comments or questions. Like there was some depth and some research and intentionality behind it, and I could tell that. And yeah.
I love that. So, you said your 20s, you're kind of just like, fooling around, doing your thing, and just not really, taking a real path. But now that you've kind of consolidated yourself into a direction, you're on private jets, you're traveling more, you're food blogging, you're acting, all the things. Like, when did you realize everything was worth it? This new path or paths of Naya, when did you realize like fuck, like this is worth it now? Or have you realized that yet?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think I realized it in two ways. Number one, the response that I get from other people, because I told you it gives me purpose. But then also I realized I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, I don't think anybody's coming to save me. I think it's up to me. And I think that there was a part of me that was stubborn and like, well, I'm worth being saved. So someone should, right? I'm worthy of that. But like, I don't even think it's that. I don't think the worthiness is like in question. I think it's more so
the parent.
If someone were to save you, you wouldn't be able to also have the same focus on what it is that you're now calling your purpose and what you're now feeling responsible and called to do, because I would just be of service to him. I would. That's the type of girl I am.
That's just how you are, yeah.
Yes. I am, like when I'm in a relationship, like that man is spoiled rotten. And so like, I know that I feel like that's probably why God is like, no girl. Like I know I've seen how you've gotten down. Like in my 20s, I was cuffed. There was a very few moments of singlehood. I went from one relationship to the next where I lived with these men.
Yeah.
And so it's like I know how I am. Like I'm. It's very like.
So you feel like you need this moment right now.
I think the space in the singlehood is so that I can focus, because I will probably naturally, just the type of girl I am, abandon this in a way where I'm not giving it as much attention and care and focus to go be there and take care of him fully.
But do you think there's an element of meeting a particular man that's like, keep doing that?
I hope to God. I believe that I live in a world where what I'm asking for is not ridiculous. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I will say this though. The dating market in Atlanta, where obviously I spent my entire 20s, versus LA is different. They already tried to jump me when I said, this is not really the playground for like thick chocolate girls. I don't know why that was so.
You talking about Los Angeles?
Yes. I had gotten, I mean, obviously the girls were saying she's not lying, but the guys were like, that's not true. And even the host of the podcast who said it, he goes, well, my homeboy loves already taking himself out of it.
Right,
it wasn't
right.
like
not me.
Yeah,
I know someone.
I know you, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like this is just not the.
No, but it'll be like not me, but I know somebody does.
We have to be honest about the aesthetics, and we're not going to change.
No, it's
the
real.
way things are. Like Miami's a certain way, you got to look a certain way.
100%.
You got to in New York and Miami and LA.
Listen, I've been here for. I've been as a man. I've been in LA for 4 years now, which went by like this.
Yeah.
I know. I watch who these guys are pulling.
You already know it, so it's like
I know what y'all like.
Okay.
Y'all like the bunnies.
The bunnies and the Blasians and the Hispanic girls and the biracials, and like I am in full support of liking what you like.
Not to say that they don't like black girls as well.
Yeah.
But I see what y'all are pulling. I see who you bring to the club. I see you guys leave with.
Who you bring to the club? That should tell you everything.
I see who you bring to the club.
Especially when you're paying for the section, it's like you can bring whoever you want.
I see.
So what is in that? So what's like, occupying them seats?
It's not that you guys don't like, but don't make it. Don't. It's just easier to fight things.
Yeah,
I feel like men just want to poke a hole. Anytime a woman makes a stance that's too strong, there has to be I know a guy or I have a friend that. Not all of us, and nothing is absolute. That goes both ways.
I didn't say all men.
That goes both ways. When men say all these women are gold diggers, that doesn't mean it's not true, but it's not all.
Yeah,
I think it's. But don't say it doesn't exist. Don't say that's not happening.
Wait, didn't they try to jump me and say you're not chocolate or thick? I said, okay, are there not variations of chocolate?
Yeah,
and two, you're not going to tell me that 200 pounds dripping wet out of the shower is not thick, sweetheart. I don't care what
you're not bony. That's for sure. Have you had a relationship that changed you as a person, positively or negatively, whichever one you want to describe?
Yes. I mean, I think both. I think I've experienced both. I have been fortunate enough to have the foundation of like knowing what proper love is like from a man, from my father. And then all of his brothers, his 5 brothers, and the men in my family are solid men.
Yeah.
You know, they're all still married to the woman that they committed to, you know. So I've seen that and I have that. And I was fortunate enough to have like really solid men usher me into womanhood right after college. Like I'm friends with all those men. I can call them right now.
Yeah.
And although we didn't end up together for one reason or another, it might have had a lot to do with my immaturity at the time when they were looking for a wife. And I was just kind of like, nonchalant about it all. They were good men and it was good practice for me. So I know what it's like to be courted properly. I know the difference. I know what it's like when a man really likes you, the intention he puts behind it in an effortless way. I know what it's like to be respected and cared for and feel safe through those experiences. And then I also have exposed myself to men who had no intention to do that at all and hurt me. And so I think, what was
have you had a relationship that changed who you were as a person?
I would say the positive ones that I have made me keep faith in men as a whole. And I'm never in the mindset of like men ain't shit because I know that not to be true in my own personal experience.
Yeah.
But then I've also learned to protect myself in a very primal, borderline canine, like animalistic way because I've recognized that me just being too soft, too kind, too generous, too loving, there's some blowback that can happen if you give it to the wrong person. And I love that you asked that question because now I want to announce this. I feel like I'm very much excited about moving into this villain era of Naya. And not villain in a way like to do harm, but villain in a way to be willing to die about my standards and my boundaries and running a program that's so strict that like hard lines, strict program. Like I used to be very generous, overly kind. Like I have the culinary background. It's nothing for me to make you a hot meal, something that you haven't experienced in probably ever from a woman. Your favorite cocktail, you're taking your shoes off at the door, having a vibe curated, doing all these things, skipping the steps of courtship just because I'm like, I like you. I want to do this. I want to make him feel good. And making you come into my space, when you come into my home or my, my place and feel comfortable and at peace and at ease. Like I love that. I do that for people on the private jets. I'm always curating a sense of luxury and comfort and ease for other people professionally. It's like, why not do that for someone special in my life? But what I've learned is like, that is the ROI that I've recently been experiencing is not been worth doing that, offering too much for whatever reason. It's just not getting the response that I think I'm expecting, which is just gratitude. Um, I would say reciprocity. And yeah, just that. I would say those two things. I'm not really experiencing that in return for what I'm offering. And the cooking for these men, baby, that's gone. So, and anybody who's ever experienced my cooking knows, like, this girl throws down.
I'll push back only. I mean, you can do what you want. Obviously, you're grown and you're your own person. Yeah. But I'll push back only because I feel like. Two questions. Do you trust your judgment in men? Do you trust it?
Yes, but after we're behind closed doors and I see him and I'm like, oh yeah, you shouldn't have crossed that threshold. So now I gotta remove you, like from my personal space, not my bedroom or anything, but like my personal space. I'm like, I got excited because I liked the vibe that we were having again. Back to what I said earlier, I think it's like I get confused with like the vibe I'm providing men versus like what they're providing and confuse it with like them.
So you do or you don't trust your judgment?
Sometimes I'm getting better. My discernment is better now, but it's still very flawed. So okay. Yeah, I would say I don't. I'm figuring it out. It's a work in progress.
That's a fair answer. Because the other question I was going to say is, I'm very strict right now in terms of my dating capacity and standards or whatever, especially because I have a daughter. And like,
of course,
I even made a post about that as well, just saying like, something I wasn't really paying attention to before being a father and a girl dad specifically was I would let certain things go, or certain behavioral traits or certain moments I would let go because I'm like, it doesn't really affect me. I'm kind of chill. I'm easygoing with everything. Yeah. So like, you might have a little here, there. I'd be like, that's whatever. She's just a woman. Like, and I would let things go because it's whatever, and doesn't bother me too much. That shit's done.
Yeah,
and it's done not because of me, because I still don't really care that much. But I don't want those personality traits even around my daughter to be exposed.
100%.
Even though it doesn't bother me, I'm like, I don't want her picking any of that shit up. So that's where my mind is now when I'm dating, where I'm like, if I see something, that's no. If I see that little attitude stuff, that's no. If I see the little decision making, I'm like, that was kind of weird. That's no. Like, there's just certain things. Even currently, I've been on dates with certain people that they've done stuff, or I've been dating a certain person and they did stuff. I had to just pull the plug. I'm like, what you just? And I even told, I'm not doing it without explanation. I even said, I'm like, yeah, how you handle that situation? Turn me off. Not interested. Yeah. So we kind of, and she's like, oh, like I was completely like, what you did and how you handled that.
But a teachable moment for her.
Yeah,
like if she is a accountability driven person, like yes, and also good for you. Like that's the type of stuff, especially as a single dad. Like I'm sure her mom is in her life as well, but like if you are having an isolated role in her life as a parent, like as she sees you, when she's with you, she's only seeing you. Mm-hmm. That is so important, Ryan, for you to be strict in that way, for you to be zero tolerance for anything that is potentially detrimental to her, because children pick up on everything. Even before they can even speak.
Exactly.
They pick up on energies, they receive it. And I love that you were so protective of her in that way and you're not playing about it at all, because you could be, there are a bunch of people out here with kids that are nonchalant.
I agree.
Like being a parent is very, I mean, being the mother or father or something is so easy. Anybody could do it. Mm-hmm. But like to be serious about the role in which the way you're bringing a child up into the world and like what is instilled in them is so serious. And I've seen even little videos on your story where it's like just how you maybe reminded her to say thank you or this or that, or like use her words or express herself and whatever. That's amazing. And I usually, sometimes we only see that coming from like the moms. It's beautiful to see you do that.
Yeah, thank you. I mean,
and to be passionate about it, not just doing because it's like, oh, it's my weekend.
I love it. I love being her dad. I love being a dad.
Yeah.
But the reason I made that point though was because I feel like, to your point with, the stuff you're doing for men and catering and doing that type of stuff, you're like, oh, that's done because they're not being receptive or reciprocal. But I would push back and say that's who you are. So don't stop doing that. But notice, like, be more strict about the signs.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it because, like, we all know, like, if you're saying a man, the men that you've been doing these things for aren't graceful or showing gratitude or being reciprocal of whatever, you can already see those traits before you even get to that part.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Ooh.
and I feel like just being more aware of how people, like a simple compliment, a simple task, like do small things and bait them, and not to play, but I like bait them.
I'll
like,
say this. You know what it is?
What?
Because the thing is, they're showing gratitude. They're like expressing it in the moment and then after.
Okay.
Like I had a phone call with a guy and he's like, no woman has ever just been that thoughtful and very detailed in the way that she curated that experience ever.
Sure.
So like there's gratitude there. There's acknowledgement of like this is special in the moment and then after in hindsight. But I think I am, because my life is so fast, my barometer's off because I'm just like, I don't really have time to sit down and analyze and figure out if this person really is worthy of this moment right now, because I'm like, babe, I just want to do something kind for somebody and for them to just appreciate it, enjoy this moment, have a fabulous makeout, and then I'm about to get on this airplane and go. Or whatever it is that we do, and if we you know, reach a level of intimacy. But I just want to have fun. I want to go to a nice restaurant, have a glass of wine.
But what are you saying is the problem? That they aren't?
It feels like there's a drop off in terms of the effort after I already give the wifely things, the wifely experience, the girlfriend experience. When you start with the girlfriend experience, that's a huge indication of, or at least for I feel like a lot of the men that I've been encountering where I don't really have to court the way, because we've already skipped the step. So let's just say our first date is at a restaurant. I would never just cook for a man, just like, let me make that clear. This is usually like third date. Yeah. Third date, I'm like, instead of him taking me out again, no, I'm sorry, after the third date, so this would be the fourth date, I'm like, and I'm also a homebody, and I just want to like
I want to be home.
I know I'm grown, I know what I want to do. Like, I just want to like hang out and like, you know, play footsie and all the things. So I'm like, this would be cute for me to like invite him to my house. And this is also giving him a sneak peek at like what life would look like with this woman in my life and how she takes care, how she's nurturing all the things. So they get to experience like the culinary aspect, the vibe. It's just fun. We're having conversations. These men are really opening up. The music, the energy, the smells, all the things are there. But then after that moment, now it's like, okay, he wants me to come to his place. And then from there, it's like, I know we're grown. I know where that's going. It's just like the bedroom, and I'm not ready for that. And if I am, you will know. Yeah. It won't be unclear.
Right.
But like, I don't want that to be assumed, because now that I've brought you into my space, which is sacred, which I don't offer to all men.
But are you having that conversation though?
Am I explaining that?
Yes.
No? I shouldn't have to, should I?
Yes. Not as explicitly as you're thinking, but I think communication is the biggest fucking gap between things working with people.
Facts.
So, especially because now you have data. You've done this a couple times, you've cooked for a couple guys, you have a similar pattern of how you've been dating. It's not that it's a bad pattern, but you have data to be like, okay, it's working to a point. I've done this. These are going well to a point. And if you keep finding this drop off in a similar area, maybe not the exact moment, but a similar moment, you've done a thing, and it kind of in my opinion, there should be a moment of conversation before you do that thing where you can explicitly be like, so. And candidly, like I feel like
say it. Just say it. Like spell
candidly,
it out,
be like, okay, no, we've gone on a couple dates now. I've been enjoying this with you. Like, I know you're paying for this. You paid for our last couple of dates in restaurants. I actually cook. Like, it's something I enjoy doing. I like cook, like, just so we don't have to spend money this time. Like, I know you can. I know you got it. But I would like to cook for you. And they could probably be like, oh yeah, that's dope. Blah, blah, blah. However, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and not in a like a controlling way, but however, it's like,
this is special, motherfucker. Like, just recognize it. Like,
no, but you don't have to say it like that, because that comes off pretentious.
I'm not gonna say it like that, but you know what I mean. Like, in my brain, it's like,
yeah, but I think in actual words, it's just a conversation of like, yo, like, we've been having these dates, and all that, and
But isn't that me just doing it? Why don't I explain it? Like, you were supposed to pay for the dates. You're a man. Let me just grab the ball real quick. I don't need to say thank you for paying for the last 3 dates, because that's what a man, oh my God, should be doing. me telling you come to my place for dinner tonight instead of you making another reservation is me already explaining that you are now getting this golden ticket into this new experience that most men don't get to experience.
I'll argue this. Men don't get enough appreciation for the things we're supposed to do. And that is actual problem in the gap.
So you're saying I should tell you, thank you for paying for dinner, but like instead of just
you don't have to be like, oh, thank you for paying for dinner. It's not, oh my God, thank you for paying. Like, no, not in like I'm lesser, but more just be like, I appreciate what you've been doing. Like, just I appreciate it. But I already
said that app because once you picked up the tab on the drive home or when you walked me to my car or even after the whatever, I already expressed gratitude there.
But I'm saying that moment. Yeah, but that's isolated thing. In the moment, absolutely thank the person in the moment, which I'm sure you do as a human being.
Always.
What I'm saying is prior to the dynamic now changing to home, there's a level of conversation of like, just so you know, I appreciate what we've done. I'm not saying, oh, thank you so much.
I see. Like, but not like
now we're kind of transitioning, and I'm not trying to make it weird, but I just want to let you know, like, I appreciate what we've done. I kind of want you to come over because this is something I like to do, and I'm allowing you to be part of something I want to do. This is me now inviting you and saying, yo, this is what I kind of want us to do. But I don't want us to lose the element of us still courting and us still dating, getting to know each other. Why do I have to say that
last part though? Why can't he just not just get that comfortable and just stop courting me? Like, why would he stop courting me?
Like I said, sure. But it hasn't been happening. And I'm not saying that they could or shouldn't.
Would you need that? Would you need me to say, hey, continue to court me after I treat you to this wonderful experience?
I'm not saying you need to explicitly say, keep continuing to do this. Okay. I think it's more the verbiage is like,
this is special.
I still want us to do, I want us to do this. This is something I want to do. I don't want us to stop continuing to learn each other, period.
Outside of this.
Like,
you got to spell it out. If we're gonna spell
I just don't want us to be like, it's just not a strictly home thing.
Yes.
You can say that as adults and be like, I'm inviting you over. This is cool. It's something I feel it's a safe space for me. And I feel comfortable with you to bring you over. I just don't want us to just now treasure to just a strictly house thing.
I totally
clear convo. And he goes, no, yeah, of course, cool. Or he goes, nah, why not? Either way, you're like, oh, okay, why not? Oh, cut, see ya. Or he goes, no, definitely not. That's his moment to be like, no, of course, I appreciate you inviting me.
But courtship should not at any point drop off, even when you're married. Like, courtship should be an everlasting thing between two people who are loving each other, and a man should lead that in the romance department.
Sure, I agree, but it doesn't exist all the time, and I agree.
That's scary, but it's just like,
well, it's so simple. That's a conversation everyone has. Like, you should still be dating your partner.
We need a new batch.
And I agree with that, but marriage is a whole different conversation. I'm talking about just the dating portion. If we stay where we are, just the dating portion, I feel like people are afraid to have these conversations because it might feel like it's too wordy, it's too much holding hands, blah, blah, blah. But if you really give a fuck, then why not be as clear as possible to give that person the opportunity to handle that? They either handle that into a conversation as like,
I'm not opposed to it. I think I totally hear, like, to me, over communication and communication. I'm a communication major. Like, that's just who I am. I feel like I do it too much. I'm like, this last conversation I had last night where I felt like I was like, you're spelling it out for someone who just doesn't have the comprehension or the desire to get it. So like, now you got to at some point realize that you got to exit stage left.
Sure.
But for me, like, what I have found is maybe the men that I have offered that to, because I just really wanted to exercise that muscle of who I am, weren't deserving of it.
I know exactly what to say, but sorry, I'm listening. I know exactly why it's happening, but
I mean, because if I even think about those men, who they were,
yeah.
To be completely honest, if I'm really being funky with it, like, they should have never even crossed that threshold of being in my home. They shouldn't have.
Sure.
But because that's who I am, and I wanted to get that out of my body, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to, I just like to do it, and I offered to. I've had a homeless man come into my apartment in Atlanta where I allowed him to shower, where I allowed him to feel human again and enjoy a warm meal and feel alive. And I never saw the guy again. Yeah. And it was such a beautiful thing that I just wanted to do because that's the type of person I am.
Very dangerous, by the way.
I mean, it's very dangerous. But I knew him. He was harmless, and I was bigger than him. So like, I mean, if one of us is going to get out, it's going to be me. But no, I'm just a nurturer in that way, and I love to do that. Anybody who knows me, like, I'm in luxury service. Like, that's therapeutic for me. Cooking, You know, I watched my mama get in an argument with my father and still make him 3 hot meals a day. Like, and still take care of him because it didn't matter that they were at odds. It was like, this is just what made her feel good. This is also what she liked to do. And he benefited from it.
But they're already in love. And I'm
just saying that the aspect of like the cooking and service.
But this is what I was going to say. And this is why I think.
And they're also not in love.
This is why I think what's happening is happening. So, as strangers, right? These are all strangers initially. Even if you've gone on 3 dates, they're still a stranger. I know of you. We're still strangers, essentially. Yeah. So I don't really know your temperament. I don't really know your personality. I don't know anything. I don't know why you do what you do. I don't even know how you comprehend the choices you make yet after 3 or 4 dates.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying to over communicate a little bit is because the average man, and maybe even the above average man, maybe even the most successful on the top man, wants to fuck.
Of course.
Okay, so with that as baseline, okay, and women, not Naya, let's say, but a lot of women also want to fuck and don't always give the rope so clearly, kind of hint things and do things, and a guy's like, oh, this is what she means. He makes his own comprehension of what you mean by the intention of what you're doing. Oh, if she does this, she's definitely, if she dresses a certain way, she wants, if she's inviting me over, this. Uh-oh. They start making their own conclusions on actions without words. So if you don't keep a very clean cut conversation of why you're doing something, I know it seems like fucking giving them the plate or giving them the rope or giving them the tools or whatever, but you kind of have to do that because they don't fucking know you.
Yeah.
So to you, you're just like, this is what I want to do. I want to do this for my man. I want to court him. I want to cater to him. Sure, that's your satisfaction. He doesn't fucking know your deep rooted internal genuineness of why you're doing it. And if he interprets it like, so true. If she's inviting me over to cook, oh, we fucking.
Yeah, or you don't know, or I'm already in there.
Or I'm in. Or whatever it is. Whatever it is. He doesn't know. I don't know your true, genuine reason why you're, and you're like, you should just fucking keep courting me. Why?
And also, it's just like, this isn't special, bro. I do this for everybody, even like at my job. So it's
I don't know that. I don't know that. Or give a fuck. If you're doing it for me, I'm coming over. They may go to wherever or not. I don't know. But I'm bringing a condom just in case. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So it's not that you're doing a bad thing, but I think that conversation does kind of have to be a little bit very clear of like, I'm inviting you over because I want to do this for you. This is something I enjoy doing. However, like, I do want us to continue to get to know each other.
Yeah.
You don't have to spell it out like, keep courting me, keep dating me. Just be like, I just don't want us to become a thing where we're just spending time at my house.
I can subscribe to what you said and also apply that and see what happens. I totally agree. I think the part that's just like kind of putting my foot down is the fact that I've experienced the opposite of like doing those things and then either a relationship happened after it, like long term. I got telling you the men that I ended up living with, and even though I didn't marry them or whatever, it turned into something that's current. It's like it still was healthy, it still was real, and it just had a natural, easy transition into she's doing this, and that's why I'm going to cuff her because I love her. She's a vibe. She's this. She has all these qualities, but I'm also going to not stop courting her. So because I've experienced men who didn't stop courting me, I think I'm just kind of like,
and that's a perfect.
It wasn't rocket science either. So like, why can't they just like
scenario.
Know that?
I agree. That's the best case scenario.
It's the best case scenario, but it's just not.
That's the lower percentage of
percentage of men who like have that aptitude.
And I get it's annoying, but it doesn't mean the man that doesn't automatically do that can't still be good if he knows what the rules are.
Yeah.
Because it's up to him to agree or not to agree from that point, anyways. So you still have the opportunity to be like, you don't got to do this, nigga, if you're not interested like that. Or if he's like, nah, oh cool, that's bad, no problem, I handled.
Also, it's just like maybe it's because of my age too. So like, there's there's less room for grace because I'm like,
and that's honest.
We're talking about the basic fundamentals of courtship, and if you don't have it at 37 and 40, which is in the ballpark of men that I'm dating in real life, not like the cute content boys that are just like, if you don't have the basics of that, that's a telltale sign that I need to also be mindful of.
And that's
so it's distracting because I'm like, can this man put a plan our lives? Can he make me feel safe? if he can't even just like keep both hands on the wheel and like stay in the lines, color in the lines on like the first few moments of courtship, the first few moments of our dates. Like you can't just play it cool and like, okay, she remixed it with this come to her crib and she wants to treat me and do something nice and then also still show up for her in a way that makes her feel special. My unique life is also a challenge too, because like I was on the phone with this guy. I really like him. I met him in Miami. He's actually in the content. And he was like, I can't. He's like, honestly, Naya, he's like, I'm crazy about you. And he's like, this and how your life is set up and whatever. He's like, it's just going to drive me crazy. He's like, I can't even have you the way I want to have you. Like, you're not here. He's like, I want my woman here. I want you here. And your life doesn't allow for that. And I support your life and what you're creating. And he goes, it's scary and frustrating and all the things. And I'm just like, damn. I see it as like, I can get on an airplane at any time. I fly for free. Even with the fact that I come to his city all the time on the private jet with my job. It's like, it's easy for me to maintain this and for us to like, it'll be a slow burn, but we could do it. But he's just like,
you just need a more secure
I
guy.
am freaking out. Like, but I keep running into this where guys are like, they're into it at first. And then when they really go in and then they start studying my content, they're like, was this content or was this real? Am I real or am I part of her little thing? Or like,
that's just a level of security though. That's insecure. Like,
I need a man that's so grown and so old and focus on something else that he don't even have social media. Cause he's just like, girl, please go do that and come back to me.
And maybe. And I think that's what, but that's the point of dating and learning. Cause it's like, you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think,
yes.
I think what you don't do is stop being you because it's not working. I think that's the wrap of all of that. That's because yes, this fails, but it is a numbers game and it is a game of learning and the game of life and the game of dating. So it's like, and it should be fun. So it's like, yeah, it can be draining. So don't do it a million times, but if it feels right, do it the same way. That's and I know that sounds crazy because you're like, oh, it just didn't work. It's like, yeah, but they're all independent. No matter if the last 4, number 5 or 6 is not number 4, 3 or 2 or 1. So it's like,
it's hard though when you want the results though, and you're just like, I mean, if I'm 4 for 4 on striking out and doing this game plan, you gotta switch it up. But you
gotta treat it like the casino. And this is an interesting example because I worked at the casino, so this is why I say this. People think a slot machine, when they go to the slot machine, people think that the longer you stay there, eventually it's gonna come.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how the slot machine works?
I had no idea, but I know it's not that.
So the slot machine is random every time. So some people think that like, okay, if I pull this one, if I pull 100 by 101 or 104, eventually it's gonna hit. It goes back to 0 every single time. So your percentage of getting it is always new.
Yeah.
So you can go 1,000 pulls and then someone can come right after you, sit there and they win. That's not your 1,001. That was their one.
Yeah. Ooh.
They got it.
Yeah.
And then people, oh, that was my cheer. That was my win. That wasn't your win.
Yeah.
You think because you put so much time in there that you deserve that 1,001. It's not. That person that sat down right after you left, that was their one. It's not because you pulled 1,000.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's the most beautiful analogy.
That's honestly what it is. And people think that, oh, I did the 4, I did the 5.
I did everything right.
That has they have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
You're 6, 7, 8. Maybe it just depends on the capacity you're willing to keep doing it. That's up to you. If you need a break, take a year off. Do all that. That's cool. But when you come back, it's still at 0. It's not because the last 5 didn't work that I'm not doing it number 6.
Facts.
That's so what I was saying.
That's a great analogy.
No, for real.
And I'm a big optimism person. Like have never let my life experiences rob me of that or like taint that in any way. The only thing now is because I am 37, I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, I'm open to changing up the game plan, to going back to the drawing board. I am. And there is a part of me because I'm human. Mm-hmm. And I had a night like I had last night where I was just so incredibly frustrated where I'm like, this should not be this complicated. And it wasn't always like this. I remember a time in my love life that was the bulk of my love life where it was easy and beautiful and uncomplicated and all those things. And so I'm like, I know that it's possible. And there's just like a Rubik's Cube, like one move, whatever. But I also think maybe it's the fact that I know that I'm chasing or desiring something pure and real and long term and like
it's in the back of your mind
that I'm maybe when I'm entertaining or attracting, or those things are not the same. I think possibly like my girlfriend, we just got off the phone. She's like, businessman. I don't want to hear about one more guy from Hinge or from Harriet's Lounge or from whatever. Like they're not there.
The guy you're looking for is not there.
The men you were looking for are not there. Fair. They're more than likely not even on social media.
Fair.
They have things to do, places to be.
For the level of guy that you want.
For the type of guy that would not even flinch at like what I'm doing. He's just like, oh, cute. That's like, go do that, baby.
He's running something.
But make sure when I come home, like,
he's running something.
Yeah,
like,
he's running something.
I don't even have,
I think that is the thing. I think that I've gotten, it's like with the content dating, it's like, I'm in my storytelling bag and I'm showing women how to shoot their shot, how to be confident around men, to also celebrate men. Like I put men, I put the spotlight on the men that I'm on the dates with. I compliment them. I think that is important because first of all, I love Black men specifically. My platform is always gonna be for them first, but I also am opening it to just everybody and just expression of love and fellowship and leaving sex off the table. I think that's so important. Now, granted, there are exceptions to the rule and things and times and places where like that will happen if I feel, but like a vast majority of these experiences are mostly sober and mostly just fellowship and emotional intimacy, intellectual connections and all those things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is that foreign? It's actually incredibly beautiful and enriching to my life and to theirs. And I've had these men explain that to me later. Like, I was having the shittiest month where I've been so alone in this town that I just moved to. And now having that one moment with you made me feel like just excited about putting myself back out there. Like you kind of just shook me up and gave me a zhuzh, and they gave me something as well too.
Yeah.
So like that's, I'm trying to figure out, that is what I want to do. That's what I found purpose in. But then also because of the optics of it, people are like, is all of your dating life just for play, just for sport, just for the flirting of it all, just for whatever?
I think that's a private conversation you have with someone that's actually interested in you.
Yes.
Otherwise, you don't have to explain that.
Yeah. You know what I've been doing recently?
What?
Not sharing who I am and like who I am on social media. Like, so like when I meet men on the dating app that I think is like, this is going to be for real. Number one, I'm not going to stick a camera in their face. Like, these are men that have agreed to come to this free dinner that a restaurant is providing. I'm not paying for this.
Right.
And we're going to have a ball and then go out and hit the town or whatever. But like the men that I'm really interested in, like, seeing where things go, it's like the phone is not even in the room.
You're separating. Yeah.
And there's like the getting to know each other before you even take me out, because I don't want you to realize at dinner, me and this girl are not aligned in that way. And I don't want to feel that way either. It'd be very awkward. But I stopped telling them about like, oh, I'm a private jet flight attendant. I'm a food blogger, and then they go to my page and they see the dating stuff. That's kind of confusing if I haven't overly explained it, which I don't overly explain myself in the beginning.
Right.
So instead, I just let them get to know me.
As you should. And
that's it. And then it's like, if this is enough and you're intrigued enough and you're interested in learning more.
I think the Instagram thing is so detrimental. And I purposely don't even talk about Instagram when I meet somebody.
Because they will just sit there and analyze that versus getting to know you.
It's not even just the analyzing. It's like, I mean, yes, that is an element of it. But I think Instagram has created this, like, we never had this before, where someone could get to know you directly and then also publicly create their own perception of you.
Yes.
While getting to know you. Like that doesn't exist until this era.
And they do it.
And of course they do it.
Yeah.
So it's like that, like, once you get to know me, let me explain what that shit is to you. Let me say, now that you know me, you like me.
Yeah.
So let me bring you into my world.
Yeah.
Come in. Then there's another level for you to be like, do you like this? Oh, I'm not cool with that. Cool. No problem. Good to know. Good to meet you. Whatever. But let's get there so I can find out if, now that you like me and I like you, cool. You like what you know so far. Here's step 2. There's an element of me that does this. I shoot celebrities. I do this. Blah, blah, blah. Are you cool at this stage? Oh yeah, I'm cool. Okay, cool. There's another element. I have a child. And then, like, so it's like, let them see where they fall off. Versus giving them this freedom to just, oh, he has a baby and this and that and he does this. What about, now I can't even create. You've already created so much that now I have to kind of explain what you have created. I'm past that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to justify and try and break down what preconceived notions you've already made before you had a conversation about it.
100%. But that's also why, Ryan, sex is so off the table for me.
That's fair.
Like, it really is. Like, I am flirtatious. I'm a highly sexual woman. Don't get me wrong. There is also exceptions to that rule that I just said out of my own mouth. Like, I will if I want to. But what I'm saying is like, thank God I protect myself in that way, because if you could imagine as many men as I'm around, and that's just the ones that you see on camera, if I was giving myself like something that I think is so sacred away to just all of them, I would have nothing left at this point. And also, I am very in tune in that way with sex in a spiritual way, where it's just like, I can't do that to myself, because something happens if I'm just like reckless and rush to that. There's something that, even though in the moment of like pleasure and bliss, and this felt really good, you leaving and never coming back, or this not working out, is going to impact me. And I don't know how you feel that way as a man, giving your power and your essence away. But like for me, it's like it just clicked when I was in my 30s, where I was like, oh, I can't do that anymore. Like in my 20s, you could have fun and be free. At least for me, like I didn't have that that point where I kind of returned to self now and see it as like the covenant of it all. So I'm like, y'all can think what y'all want, but like if you really understand, like, I mean, if you really know me and like how I move, like I don't like I'm very protective of me and my body and my flesh and all that stuff. So like, but I want to like find someone that I could give it all to. No, you know, I mean, so
that's the goal of this journey.
I know.
The last question for this section of the show is, what was the one move you made that changed the entire trajectory of your life? The one decision. Trying. What would it expand?
When I initially thought about doing content, I used to just post the pictures of the plates of the food or the destination, like where I was. I never turned the camera on me. It was never like, oh, look at how cool I am or how pretty I am. Like none of that. Somebody was like, why are you not filming yourself? And you're so funny, your personality. It didn't occur to me. Like, yeah, I'd been on television before, but like that's someone else filming me and I'm just being myself. That's easy money, right? But like having to orchestrate the story and the setting and this and that, it was a foreign concept. So I think I had made up an excuse. Oh, I need a videographer. I need an editor. I need this perfect scenario. And I just didn't try Instagram's been popping. I would say the 2015, 16 is where it really started just doing its thing. And I just sat back and watched in the bleachers and watched everybody else just get that creative bag and do things. And I was like, I'll do it when I lose 20 pounds and I'll do it when this happens. And then a year and a half ago, I was like, I'm gonna just do it flawed and just try. What's the worst that can happen? And what happened was I realized I didn't need a videographer to film my intimate, personal, firsthand experience. And that's what people fell in love with. And I didn't need an editor. I could just figure it out through repetition and practice. I'm not perfect and I am not an editor, but I'm good enough to get the point across for my content to be valuable to other people. And yeah, I think it's just that, like, it's just the not trying. I've most of my life, I've just kind of waited for what usually happens is an opportunity or God's favor to just throw me an alley-oop and to just eat off of that for as long as I can eat off of that. And then I wait for the next one. Yeah. And I'm a simple girl, easy to please. Like I'm very, you know me. It's just like, I'm very simple. So like, because I don't have this grandiose idea of myself or materials and things that I need to make myself feel better. It's just like, I'm breath in my body, good people around me, a bunch of food in my belly, a fully charged vibrator, mezcal on the rocks. Yeah. You know, long phone calls with my father, see my nieces and nephews, vacations regularly. I'm straight.
You're fulfilled.
Yeah. But I want to share that simple, even life with someone. And yeah, I think I'm craving longevity. The idea of like having, you know, like 5 years under the belt with someone, 10 years, 20 years. Like I see it in my entire family is resemblant of that. That's not unfamiliar to me, but it's just like, I gotta, you know, figure out who my person is and how to cultivate that I want for myself. But if it doesn't happen, one thing's for sure, like you're gonna be like, that girl is having a ball till the wheels fall off, till the clock hits zero. I'm going to for sure enjoy my life and find romance and intimacy and connection and fellowship with anybody. Yeah. At any point, you know. And so I want people to take that into like their lives. It's like not all of us are gonna be, you know, Love Jones. Not all of us are gonna get the happy ending, and I might not. That might not be in the cards for me. But what I am going to experience is still love of self, love that I can offer myself, that I could also be open to receiving, even if it's just for a night, even if it's just for a dinner, even if it's just for, a couple years, whatever. Like I just want to experience love at a high level, the same type of love that I put out in the world. I want that back badly.
I respect that. So that section is called the first move.
Yeah.
So that we went around different topics, but that element is just like the moves you made, the choices you've done.
I love it.
The optics behind things, the struggles, ups and downs, like essentially the first moves you made to get you to where you are romantically, because obviously the double entendre of the name is the first move when you're making a first move, obviously to date somebody.
It's beautiful, right?
But also the first move when you're taking a chance on yourself and physically moving cities, whatever case may be. So
I love it.
Yeah, that's how you wrap. That's how I wrap that one section. So the next section is actually the first date game.
Yeah, let's get into it. I'm very familiar with this one.
So
set them up.
We both pulled 2 questions from the top, and we just answer our own question, and we'll kind of go wherever it goes. So pull 2 from the top, face down. I'll pull mine. Answer your first question.
Is celebrating Valentine's Day a requirement for you? If yes, please explain. This is obviously in a relationship. You're in a relationship with this person.
Mm-hmm.
I think an acknowledgement of it in some capacity. I think if you don't, because everybody else is universally experiencing it, it would be super awkward if like you just didn't acknowledge it and I was in a relationship.
Like just because socially it's like
it is. It's like Christmas.
Yeah. Right.
Christmas is really, especially for couples, is really hand in hand with Valentine's Day. So yeah, I think that if we are able to, because I mean, again, my life is, I might not even be here on Valentine's Day. But let's just say, that's a great example. So let's just say I'm not here.
Mm.
Does my man or someone who's in my life acknowledge it in a way because it's like, well, I don't have to take her to dinner because she's out of town.
Mm-hmm.
I would want some sort of acknowledgement, something cute. So like for me, let's just say I'm not here because it's easy to predict what you could do if I was like, when are you going to be back at your hotel? What would you like to eat? Send the things that you know that I like, that I'm interested in, get in the details of the hotel if it's possible, because my job is very crazy in that way. But like maybe setting something up where we can still have an intimate exchange on FaceTime, eat together, talk together. There's surprises that are, at my hotel waiting for me. I think that would be,
the perfect scenario.
The perfect scenario.
What if they don't do anything? How do you respond to that? If they just didn't acknowledge it, didn't say anything, didn't say Happy Valentine's Day, just literally the day came and went, how would you respond to that? Genuinely.
Let's just say, and this is if I know.
And you're good otherwise. Other than this day, you're good prior, hopefully good after, but this day, y'all been dating for a minute. Let's say you've been dating for 6 months, so you guys have been dating since summertime, and then Valentine's Day comes up, and you guys are good, and you happen to be out of town.
Yeah,
and he's just a guy that's like, I don't give a you never had this conversation yet, but
he doesn't care, or is it like
he just
or he just forgot? It just slipped.
You don't forget. You know what day it is, but he's just not interested. Just like, so it's a date to me. You may not have this conversation yet because a lot of people don't. And that's why I put this question in the game, because people don't even have that convo. It just becomes like you just should. My man just should. But if you never talk about it, you don't really know how people handle that conversation.
Yeah, I'll say this.
So he just doesn't acknowledge it.
He does acknowledge it. If I am otherwise satisfied and happy as hell, and just that is like, my cup is already full, and he's batting 1,000, I could care less. Like, one thing I know is the beauty of picking and choosing your battles. And if he's so busy that like he didn't remember this national holiday that's neither of our birthdays, I'm terrible with remembering people's birthdays.
Sure.
And I'm terrible to the point where like I just asked my sister, I'm like, is mom's birthday? My mother, it's her birthday on the 22nd or the 23rd, because for whatever reason, every year my brain can't figure out if it's that one, because my dad's is the 22nd and then my sister's is the 23rd of something, and that's terrible.
Yeah.
But like I also am the person who doesn't necessarily make a big deal out of her birthday. I haven't had a birthday party since I was like a child.
Right.
And I just haven't desired one. I don't really like attention on myself. I like gifts. I like attention and all those things and nice experiences. But like I don't create celebrations for myself. That's never been me.
Yeah.
So me forgetting people's birthdays with as many people as I know in my life, you can't be my friend and take offense to that.
Right.
Because it's non-intentional. It is overwhelming. And I'm also busy doing 1,000 things. So like, let's just say I was dating a man and he didn't mention the Valentine's Day thing, but he's very much present in my life, looking after me, making me feel prioritized. Yeah, I'm not tripping off something like that. And especially if like in every other day of the year, like I feel like I'm his special girl and he's showed up for me in a multitude of ways. Like, yeah,
then you're cool.
It's absolutely. I mean, of course it would cross my mind. You know, your homegirls in your head, like
that's what I'm saying. Would you still make like a little comment about it to be funny?
Yeah, but I would do it in like the nastiest way possible.
How? What would you say?
I would ask
he
him.
Makes
I would
no
ask him. I would ask him
no
during,
acknowledgement of it.
I would ask him when in his most vulnerable state. Like
okay.
I was like, so what's up with that? Like while I'm looking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
My question is following your partner on social media necessary? Why or why not?
Following? No.
Following. No, it
I'm also very private. I don't want that on display.
To me, it's not. I know why this has actually become a situation in my actual real life, where it becomes expected. It's like, why wouldn't you follow me? It's like, sure.
Whenever I want to feel
I'm with you all the my perspective, I'm with you all the time. I'm probably behind all your photos anyways.
Right,
like I make everything. So it's like I don't need to follow. I really don't. I'm not someone that like creeps my girl's stuff and I'm not crazy protective like that. I'm just not. I'm not jealous.
You're still gonna go look though, so it doesn't matter.
No, if I
doesn't matter.
If I really want to go see your shit, I'll just go to your page. But like, I personally don't need to be following my partner. I have followed them because that's something I know they want, and they've said like, "Why would you follow me? Why'd you follow back?
Why do you care about follows?"
Sure,
like,
sure. So, but for me personally, I don't need to. I don't care if you follow me. I really don't care. We talk all the time. I'm with you all the time. When you press the button, don't care.
Why that should not
personally
matter. You're in that person's life for real.
But it's I understand it because it's the same point with the social thing with Valentine's Day. Socially, it'd be like, why would you not be following your partner? That's weird. Got it. I understand. You're following some random bird, but not your partner. Got it. You're following this D's guy from the gym.
What's your reason though? So my reason is like people like to lurk and put two and two together. So
I'm not worried about the lurking. I'm not worried about the lurking because I am public when I have a girlfriend. So I'm not like.
Oh, you post your partner.
I have posted my partners. So I don't.
I've never done that in my
I'm not
life.
hiding. I don't like if I'm in a relationship. Most people know. So it's not. I don't really care that part.
You post your partner.
I have.
On your.
I have.
You regularly do that, like when you're in a relationship.
Yeah, I have.
Oh.
Yeah, and I take them down the same way.
Yeah, I've never, not once. I've never.
And that's fair.
I have a reason behind it.
Yeah.
Like my thing is, I'm very transparent. Like if I'm in a relationship, there is no playing and flirting with other men. I honor the man that I'm with, and like that's just never been a question of like contention for any man I've ever been with. Like who you see right now is a single version of me, but like flirtatious and whatever. But that would be shut down if like I'm cuffed.
Right.
But like I am like I don't want the follow thing because I now recognize how. This is from proximity to women, how investigative they are and how they can put two and two together. How did you find the ex-girlfriend? I've never lurked. I've never been through a man's phone in my entire life.
That's you, but it exists.
But they do. Yeah. But most women and most people are like that, where they lurk and they investigate, and it's like this is sacred to me, and I want to keep this as sacred as possible. And I don't want some girl just for the hell of it thinking that she's gonna go and try and like pursue my man just to
be annoying,
just to say she got him or she can, and it's just like because she don't like me.
Yeah, I get that.
So like I've just kept it different, separate. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I respect both sides.
But I also would love to like showcase, especially as a creative now.
And that's
beautiful part of my life. If I was in love, I would love for that to be
that's my side. Because I have been a creator, like I'm so public with everything else in my life. Yeah. I show how I create things, I show how I design things, and only like I think only been maybe one partner. Or maybe probably one. Actually, no. There's been 0 partners since I've been shooting. Every partner I've shot at some point that I've had. Not all of them were fully into it. So once I read that, I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna keep shooting you. But the ones that were into it, I love shooting my girl.
Like it.
I love that. Yeah. Me personally, for my creative gene, like.
What about when she asked you to shoot her for like? She just was like, oh, why don't you do this for me? Not your idea. Like
done.
that. Okay.
That's nothing. I like you're my girl. And once anyone who dates me, like you have the best shooter in the world for anything you need. Like I'll help you. I'll help you with your business. I'll shoot your product, whatever the fuck you're doing. I'll shoot your commercials, all the things. Like that's once you're my girl, you have my free rate for the rest of our relationship. You know, so that's not something that I've ever worried about because I share everything. It's like me not showing my partner is like it almost feels like a creative like dissonance. Like I'm purposely not being fully authentic in this element.
At what point would you like? What point in the like timeline are you gonna start sharing your partner? Is it immediate?
No,
like when would it be?
It hasn't been like a perfect timeline, but I think it's once I know for a fact that I actually like, because there's a period where you start dating like we're together. Yeah. Like not just like you're my girlfriend, my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Even that first moment when you say yes, you're still, at least for me, when I actually say this is my girlfriend, when I say the fucking words, there's always like a you do it like you're fully in. Like, so I need a moment where I'm like, okay, this is my real girlfriend. You're actually in it. Like everyone's actually done. Stop responding to like, you know what I mean? Like I need a moment to process what I really just entered again. You know, you know, the cut off the loose ends of people you're still kind of sleeping with, or still kind of like, at least for me, I'm like cleaning house for real. Like any late night messages, I'm like, I have to feel confident to be like, sorry, I got a girlfriend. It's got like I gotta be so pure with myself for a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm being honest, like, because they don't just stop, like, and no one knows you have a girlfriend until they know publicly. So it's like, I'm still getting the you up, you this. I'm just like, like, I need to confidently be like, sorry, I have a girlfriend. Deal with that convo. Oh shit, okay, cool, I get it. Deal with all those till it's mute.
Facts, yeah.
Like I need that to be mute, where anything that can come in knows what it is.
Yeah.
So whatever timeline that takes for me to make sure that's all, the girl doesn't know that's all happening. I'm not saying, oh, girl, text. I'm not doing that. That's my own private situation to make sure everything is handled. But once everything is handled and my phone is actually mute, where I know that I'm like, okay, if I'm posting this person, no one can be on some like, oh, we were just, you know what I mean? I don't want any, because I respect my partner. And because it's public, like there is a girl that can be like, oh, we were just fucking like, you know what I mean? So it's not a last week thing. We were just fucking and now have a girlfriend pop up. Like, no, I don't want no one on some like bullshit on some like, when did this happen? Like, you know what I mean? Because you know people get like, oh, we were just this and now you have a girlfriend. Ooh, all of a sudden. Nah. So like, I let it ride out where it's like, my phone's mute. It's calm. The people that were in my circle or in my orbit know what it is for a good minute and accept it, not just on some, you know, petty shit. Like it is like we're done, you know?
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, I feel secure and confident enough that like when I'm making this public, whatever comes with it, I'm cool with it. Because you're still gonna get stuff. Like anytime I posted my girlfriend on my public page, every time.
Oh, I can imagine.
That is the most shared post ever. Yeah.
Ever. Oh, and responded to.
Ever.
Like, the girls got something slick to say in your DM or like, I know.
Not too much response because I'm not a nice guy. Like I'm nice if I like you, but I'm not nice like with bullshit. Like you never had that side of me because you don't need to. But women know like I'm not someone you can get that off with.
Yeah,
I don't give like make a little jab,
a little shade.
I'm not that. So women they're kind of quiet. It's more the shares.
The shares. Did you know the conversations are being had outside of?
They won't hit me on some note. They will not hit me because they're like he's going to embarrass me. Yeah. Like, but it's in every group chat. It's in every conversation. I see this share 1,000 shares. Like, oh cool. Like let it do its thing. But by the time I do that action, I know what it is. So when I see the 1,000 shares, I'm like, go ahead. Like, I'm happy here. I'm here. You know what I mean?
Social media is so funny.
It is funny, but you're either in or you're not, depending on how you process it. And
that's the other thing too. The men are freaking out. So like, I'm obviously tagging them in most cases. What they tell me, because I can't see what happens on their end, they're like, Naya, first of all, I just thought this was like some little cheeky social media thing. I didn't realize you were that famous. And the amount of, like, their stock with the girls goes through the roof. But like the way that the girls are approaching them, I tag them because I'm like, it's free game. He was a lovely guy. He was a gentleman. I had a positive experience. Ladies, how about him? Like, whatever. And they're just like, like it's insane at like the amount of people that take this social media, like they saw me in a clip in your video and now want to like date me or
just from that moment.
From this moment, or like whatever, or like ex-girlfriends hitting me up like, oh, so you're with Naya. And but mind you, the shares, I noticed, I'm like, oh, that video got a ton of shares. Like even though the one I just posted with the white boy in traffic. The amount of shares that one got, I was like,
they're just going to chats.
What are they saying over there?
Just going to chats.
I wish we could expose.
It's just going straight to the chats. Straight to the group chat.
That's why I told man, I'm like, if you come on my show, you better be single. You better not have a girl that thinks she's in a relationship with you, because I keep running into that issue.
Yeah.
Because this is going on the big screen.
Yeah.
And people, even it's transcended beyond the amount of followers I have. It's like the shares.
Right.
Because somebody knows somebody, the degrees of separation and whatever. It's like, you better be who you say you are, because it's going to be exposed.
It'll come back.
And I'm not taking it down.
Yeah.
Not. So I need to start making waivers.
Yeah, it's like
for real.
This goes either say yes or this doesn't go up. Yeah. Read your next question.
I have my next one. Yeah. Do you prefer compatibility or proximity in a relationship?
You're someone that travels a lot. Yeah. So do you prefer to be more compatible with someone that may not be close to you, or have someone that's close to you?
100% compatibility. Because I have the luxury
and that's what I'm saying. That's why it's a perfect question. You're like, I can get anywhere.
I can get anywhere.
So you don't need someone in Los Angeles.
No. You'd rather anywhere in the world, honestly. I mean, I
prefer him to be closer to me. That couldn't have been a better question for you to get. Yeah.
See, that's the whole casino thing. It's just like, this was meant for me.
Yeah. But yeah, like you don't actually, like, for example, me at this stage of my life, I probably won't date long distance.
Yeah.
I just won't. I have a daughter here. I'm just not.
Yeah.
There's girls I've met that like, I live here. Even
if she was open to moving, though, you could, because it's but it's a slow burn. Let's get to know each other, because the
if there's an angle to that, sure. Yeah. But even just the open to moving, it's like even getting to know her, like the time for me to go visit her, making that time is even challenging.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So it's like it's just not something. It had to be like really make sense. And how would I know that? But unless I try, so it's like I probably just won't even try. So. Even Toronto, like there's girls still back home in Toronto that, maybe interested or whatever. And I'm just like, I wouldn't even date back in Toronto. Like I'm not even there enough. Even though that's my home, I'm not even there enough for me to really date someone in Toronto while I'm here. It's just like,
Okay, I answered that, but like compatibility is paramount to me over proximity, because I have access to be anywhere in the world whenever I feel like it.
Right.
However, the yearning that I've had as of recent is like, I want somebody here.
You do want somebody.
I want to come home to somebody. And so,
because the traveling does get taxing.
It does, and it's just like, and it's me in one hotel from the next. It's like when I come home, I want to like take care of somebody in my own space and like cuddle and do absolutely nothing and just like share stories of how our weeks were, our days were away from each other.
And you don't gotta leave, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't have to leave to go find. Now I gotta like. Yeah. Now I'm off work, but now I gotta fly to New York to go see my boyfriend. I'm not opposed to it. Yeah, again, the flexibility. I have no kids. Like, I am very unencumbered in that way, but like, I don't. It would be nice, because I do live in Los Angeles, to have something here that was meaningful, that was enriching to my life and to theirs, that felt good, that made me feel safe enough to let my hair down in that way. Mm-hmm. But no, I just feel like most of the men here, they just be playing. But I'm also probably just like hooping in the wrong court, to be completely honest.
I agree. There's an element of that.
Yeah, switch that up a little bit.
My second question is, what would need to happen in order for sex to happen on the first date? For me, funny enough, this answer has changed for me. This answer has changed for me probably in the last 5 years. So I'm 36 now. So probably like once 30, like that answer has changed. Prior to that, if we vibe and it is what it is, come to my house or I go to yours or we leave wherever we're at. It was a good night, good dinner, and you're like, want to keep it rolling? You want to come upstairs? Whatever. Like, I've done it, you know?
Yeah.
And now, I wouldn't just do that on my first date strictly because of where that automatically sends us.
Mm-hmm.
Whether, like, for a date.
Yeah.
Not just a one-off. Like, if it's a one-off, I've done that. That's whatever. Like, if it's just a girl you met here, like, you're not dating.
Yeah.
That I've done.
Yeah.
But if it's a first date, which means
Date.
we've been talking, we created this date moment, and then fucking, no. For me, now at this stage, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because if I am dating you to date you for real, and I'm taking you on a date and courting you, that skips way too many steps for what I need to know about you for me to save my time and save your time. Doing that just fucks everything up. It really does. And it doesn't allow me to really get to date you the way I'd like to at this stage of my life.
Okay, but be honest about this, and I want you to just give me a short answer.
Sure.
As a man, and like just your innate instinct as a hunter, not having the thrill of the chase, I'm assuming, and this is just me on the outside looking in, you're also like, well, that's done. We did that. We got to that way faster than I expected or would have desired to. So therefore, there is less of like, how often do you just give yourself away in that way? Like, does that cross your mind at all? Does it cross your mind at all? It has to.
How often do you do that?
Like, if a woman were to make it that incredibly easy that she would have sex with you on the first night, I would challenge you if you told me no, that doesn't cross your mind. Like, that's how you come in. Like, that's, you know what I mean?
I think I don't go down that line of thinking only because I'm no better.
Mm.
So,
but you're a man, and there's different societal standards.
No,
and we're not changing that.
Yes, but I'm a different kind of man, and I say that because, like, yes, that's probably true. It might have been easy for me or not. There's an element that I could have made her feel comfortable or not. There's an element that this is what she does or not.
Yeah,
I actually don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I think for me, if I choose you, if I'm dating you and I choose you,
yeah,
then we're in this. I don't like. I'm not even going down the like that was so easy for like
even on the first night though. You said if I'm dating you and I choose you, we're not dating yet because we haven't even had the chance for you to date me. We've just met.
Correct, but I'm saying if I'm taking you on a date, I'm interested. I'm already there.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm going to be with you.
Yeah.
But I'm already there.
Yeah.
So I'm not viewing it as like I pulled you from the club and you like those girls. I'm like you probably do this with like that's your thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to date you. Yeah. I already know. I already know you're not trying to date you. I know where I found you. I know where I got you. I know where we're at. That's not happening.
Yeah.
I'm saying for the one that I've decided to talk to, decided to chat with first, decided to plan the date, had the date, we had a good date, and it led to that. My line of thinking is not going there because I'm gonna keep seeing this person again. I already like you.
Yeah.
It's not. We're not that. If we slept together that first night, which I'm most likely not gonna do anymore at this point.
Yeah.
But if we did, I know I'm gonna see you again. If we got to that point, I like this date. This was great. Like now we had sex, and if that was good, this was great. I'm definitely seeing you again for date 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll just keep fucking nonstop. But if it does happen like that, sure. And that has happened in a scenario, and we kept dating for a whole year.
Yeah.
So there's I don't correlate that with that was too easy. Like if I've chosen you, then I'm gonna put the work in, and everyone loses anyways. Yeah, all the niggas that are around. I don't really care. Like I don't care personally for that type of direction.
Yeah.
Again, if it's just someone I met at the club, I know you probably do this all the time. So I'm already going into that with like, let's just do it. You're nothing further than that.
This is
I know what to expect, you know? So, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, you'd be like, oh, how do we get here? But I'm like, to the same point where like, you know, I'm not naive enough to think like, oh, she just did this with me, but I'm also doing it. So it's like, we're doing it. If we're doing it, we're doing it. Yeah. Am I gonna see you date 2? Do you want to see me too? Yes. Okay. Are we cutting everybody else off to start actually dating each other eventually? Yeah. If we agree, then I don't care how this happened. But what I'm saying is I'm trying to avoid that altogether now because of how I'm choosing to date. That I'm like, when that happens, though, it starts going down the path of like we get head or we fuck every time we connect because you've already done that thing. We've already passed that barrier that we're still getting to know each other. But then that it becomes this like unspoken expected end of night thing. That's what I've noticed. Once we do it early,
once it's
it becomes like we've already done it. So like, come to my house after, or to your house after, or we still do the date thing, but then to my house, like, and then it just kind of fumbles the real learning part, at least for me. Yeah, so I just try to avoid it because I'm like, if I can like you a lot without that, then I can really see, and it's distracting. Like, because I'm so specific on like looking for traits and character stuff. Once we're fucking, I'm missing stuff. I am. Yeah. I'm missing stuff. There's stuff that I probably would not let go, but I'm like, were we fucking? So I'm like, it makes you cloudy because you're
100%.
You know, I'm just sharper when we're not having sex. 100%. Because now you can't bait me with nothing. You can't say, "Oh, suck your dick." I don't give a fuck. Answer this question. Like you can't distract me. So I'd rather be sharper because I can get to what I need without any type of like bullshit.
Yeah, but you still have like you're in control.
Yes,
like, and you're still in your position of power. Like, I haven't drained that out of you.
Yes.
And then, now you're just like putty in my hands and now you're confused and you don't know what's going on. So I totally agree. Like, that's why I say, which is funny because a lot of times with my content, people naturally assume that I'm sleeping with these men. And so it's like, there's a method to my madness. Number one, I'm flirtatious and I have high sexual energy, but it's not for everybody.
Of course.
Right? Like, it takes a lot for me to want to like lay down for a man. Truly.
Yeah.
Making out and stuff like that's harmless.
No,
like,
it's
different. There's different rules for that. But like, for me in my 20s, because every time I had sex with someone like a one night stand, they ended up becoming my boyfriend. So it was like, or maybe there was a couple in between that like it was just like fun 20 stuff.
But it just goes there.
Majority of the time. I was always cuffed. Like I ended up living with those men. And it wasn't even like, I'm just dating him. It's like they moved me into their lives and into their homes and their spaces. So like, if I base it off of that, it's like, then sleep with him on the first night.
Yeah.
Even though I had a good ROI high percentage rate doing that in my 20s, that's not the same in my 30s. The rules do not apply over here the way they did over there. And I recognize that. And so for me, because I also just have a deeper level of like spiritual health and understanding and like the understanding that how sacred sex is on an energetic level, and have seen things in that where I received something once on an energetic level where I was like, never again will I ever rush to intimacy with someone before analyzing like where they are at. Where are you at in your mental health and your energy and your life and your aura, all those things before I essentially receive you. Yeah. Because that's going to stay. That's going to linger here. And so for that reason, that's why I'm so protective of like just being as careful as I possibly can. Again, I'm still human. So there are exceptions to the rules, but like 9 times out of 10, no, I'm not. Like, there's not a scenario in which I'm going to sleep with someone. And then in my situation, I'm in one city from the next to the next to the next. So it's like, I'm probably not going to see you ever again. But like the one thing I can control is like, we're about to have a fantastic night. Eat till our stomachs can't take anymore. Have beautiful conversation. And then if I return to the city, depending on how I felt in that experience and how you treated me, I might see you again. Yeah. If not, it was just a beautiful experience that we both shared and none of us, lost anything in the process.
That brings us to the first move, Pod Wall.
Yes.
So the album wall is something I created. All the albums on this wall have, impacted me in some way, influenced me from childhood, high school, all the way up to my adult years. And for different reasons. Some is a whole album, some are 1 or 2 tracks, but like something from all these pieces are part of me. And that's why I've selected these very meticulously. But I'm sure one of these albums, if not multiple albums, connect with you as well. But which one album immediately connects with you when you look at it? No one's
bar for bar.
No one has pressed that one yet.
I know every word of every song.
No one. I was waiting for someone to
being in the back of the school bus.
I was
like
waiting.
9 or 10 years old, like or however old we were. I know every single word off of that album.
I was waiting for someone to say "Get Rich or Die Trying." No one's done it yet.
Yep.
Why? What song?
That's it. The whole album, babe.
Well, what?
Like,
pick,
I mean,
pick,
like you could play it
what,
right now, and I could rap it bar for
What
bar, like,
song? What one song? If you had to pick one song.
Probably. I really like The Heat.
Mm.
It's the whole album. It's the whole album.
I get.
But
if there's one song, what got the most burn when you're first playing it?
That's hard. I'm gonna say it's a tie between Patiently Waiting and The Heat. Maybe, I mean, even it's all three of those. The Heat, Patiently Waiting, and Many Men. All three of those for sure.
Pick one because the one's gonna be your track for the episode.
No. Okay. I should have picked damn Take Care then. Let's see. What Up Gangster? If we're gonna we're giving me, I like that beat on that one.
That's
so,
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so that brings us to the outro. What is Nye up to now? Anything to promote? What's exciting right now?
Yeah, I mean, I am loving the response that I'm getting right now for what I'm creating, the content, the opportunities that are coming to me. Like, I want to just really amplify what I'm already doing. I welcome anybody to come along on the ride for me. Obviously, more travel, more eating, more dating. I think I really want to lean into like the nasty bits and like show the parts that are more vulnerable and not as glamorous and glitzy. Find a way to do it in a way where I'm not like crying on camera.
Yeah.
But like that you feel it. And so I think that I just have to get into my storytelling bag, like my producing, like artistry element of that. But yeah, just saying yes to a lot of things. I'm working on a cookbook, which is crazy.
Dope.
Not crazy, but it's just like I put that off. That was one of the things that I made excuses for not doing. Yeah, I mean, so I used to have a food blog called Beauty and the Feast, and then I unfortunately
are there new recipes, or you kind of influence things like
these are new, but also so like when I go to these wonderful restaurants, what I am doing is having a moment. I'm like, oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah,
and I just go and flirt with the chef, and I'm like, can you just tell me like just a few little tips and tricks that I can use to make this on the airplane or in my kitchen back home? And if you know how to talk to people and also just like get to know them and be more interested in them than yourself, people will give you the secrets to everything, and let alone a freaking recipe. So like a lot of times I do that. I make friends in the kitchens and the places that I go. And then also just like, this is what I'm thinking I'm going with this is not just recipes, things that I love, recipes that I'm proud of, really beautiful things that I've experienced in my travels that most people won't get to experience because they aren't going to the same places, but they still can feel like they experienced it through making this in their own kitchen.
Yeah.
But then also just like a little bit of wisdom, like nuggets of wisdom from my life and dating and life on the road and just who I'm becoming as a woman. I want to incorporate all that. I don't want it to feel like a traditional cookbook. I want it to be like, it's a cookbook, but it's like, this is way different. It's way flyer.
It's an experience.
That's happening. I'm also, trying to really take the training wheels off on this YouTube page. It's there.
Yeah.
But I'm really just kind of dumping all the stuff that I'm putting on Instagram over there. But I want to do more long format because people love long format.
Like
you were part of
watching.
one of my episodes. Yeah. So I want to just get more into that bag and just kind of amplify what I'm already doing. And then also, I'm serious about like finding something that feels like home in my love life. Mm-hmm. I desire that. I want to experience that this summer, but I think I've just decided to just take my hands off of how
just let it be how it happens.
Just, yeah. I've already given that, just spelled it out real clear. Yeah. So it's just, I think about being faithful and expecting it in the way that I told you about how I got the real world opportunity. It was like, I just decided that that's what was going to happen for me. And I did not care. I didn't think about when and if and what. So I feel like I need to really tap back into that energy in every other area of my life. And it will be, a good thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Is there any move you hesitated on that you wish you would have made or just curious of how it would have turned out had you did it?
I wish I would have started this sooner.
Okay.
The content thing, I made excuses. I told you like 10 years ago when this was really booming. Mm-hmm. I wish I would have started then because I was already doing this.
Yeah.
But I just was making excuses and, so I wish I would have leaned into like that. But also I will say I was such a wild child and that was before cancel culture really had become what it is now. The stuff that I was tweeting, the stuff that I was saying back then, like it's all deleted now, so y'all can't catch me on nothing.
So it would have been too crazy if you were just making content like that.
No, because so I was on The Real World in 2012, tweeting like incendiary stuff, like during that time period. Then I went on the challenge for a couple years, didn't go back for 7 years. I only recently went back in 2023, and when I returned after that 7-year gap, they were like, "We're so happy to have you back on the show. But we need to show you a couple of things." They brought this stack of paper that was like as thick as an encyclopedia. And Ryan, it was nothing but problematic tweets.
From you?
From me. And I just like opened to the middle, read one or two, closed it, and I said, delete the whole account. Delete it all. I don't need to save this Twitter. If this is a piece of today.
They went and found all that stuff to show you?
Yes, because, they were bringing me back after there was this controversy thinking that they had canceled me. Because they're like, why hasn't I been on the show in 7 years? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But they brought me back because they wanted a guy who had just got canceled during the George Floyd, summer. Okay. And he was the face of the show, but because of what he did with me, they wanted to bring you both back. Because in our season of The Real World, he used the N-word towards me and had made like gestures of like a monkey or something. But I don't even want to get back into that, but like that situation had happened. We both had did some really terrible things to each other. We both still went on to the show. Mm-hmm. Eventually I dropped off. They stopped calling me, but the fans were convinced that this was some like conspiracy thing where they were glorifying this white boy and gave him the silver spoon, but then kicked Nia to the curb. And now, because he's canceled, because people were saying, well, why didn't you cancel him with her? Yeah. Cancel him right now. And because of remember how strict the George Floyd summer was? People were just getting canceled no matter what. Because brands were scared. They were like, shit, we got to just put him on ice. So I think in order to like bring him back, they were like,
you're a package deal.
Yeah, package deal. Which to me was okay because I needed the rebrand. I'm like, dude, I was already a diversity hire anyway. Yeah. No, don't care. Like, but like, it was great because now you see this mature, refined version of me who's not this like hothead who doesn't know how to control her emotions and all those things. So like it benefited both of us. Don't get me wrong. But why did I bring that up?
I was just saying something you hesitated, the movie you hesitated on making. You said
no. Okay, so what I was to say, like now I feel like the timing was better for me to have this attention and have this moment because I'm more mature. Yeah. If I had the lens on me that's on me today back then, maybe I would have already been out of here. Yeah. Done.
Too much power you weren't ready for that.
I was so not ready for it. Oh my God.
Speaking of power, what is your superpower?
I would say fearlessness as it pertains to rejection and failure.
That is a big one. As a woman, that's a big one.
It really doesn't
you guys
bother
do
me.
one no and it's a wrap.
I'm okay with a billion no's because I'm really only looking for one yes. So like for me, it's like there's 7 billion people on this planet. If all 600 million, billion, whatever, 99.999 don't want me, where's that one? Yeah. I'm okay. Like, I'm just looking. I only want one. I only have the capacity to hold one. So like, I just want one, and I'm okay with like I can handle it. I've always had thick skin. My father told me when I was a little girl, like 4, I'll never forget. We're sitting on the stairs, and he said, "Sticks and stones can break your bones, but names should never hurt you. You should never be impacted by what someone else calls you if you don't already believe that about yourself." And it clicked. So when I got bullied and stuff in school, it was just like, all right, so I guess at this point I'm just gonna learn how to fight. Yeah. Because you're not gonna keep doing that. Yeah, but like I wasn't gonna allow you to make me think that I was ugly or a loser or fat or whatever. Like,
but there's gonna be consequences regardless.
That's gonna stop. Yeah. But like I just didn't allow people's words and impressions of me to affect who I was or what I thought of myself. And I realized that that's not. Some people didn't have that fortunate like understanding of it, and other people outside in the world have impacted what they think of themselves, and that's sad. I mean, people kill themselves over, especially children, over innocent bullying of other people, and I had to, come to terms with that even with my little sister. My little sister looks just like me. She is freaking beautiful. She's brighter than me. She's everything that I want to be, and I'm just so happy that my little sister is a better version of me. But I didn't realize that like some of the things I said to her in our childhood, even innocently, affected her all the way up until adulthood. Wow. And I'm like, damn. But like, it's just because my dad had that same conversation with her. It clicked for me. It didn't click for her. And especially like hearing it from her older sister, for some reason, it impacted her in that way. My mom has said things to me that are just like, if you said that to any other of your daughters, they probably would have like an eating disorder. But like, I could handle it. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just let it roll off. It's like, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I would say that's my lack of fear of rejection or failure, and then also just like you cannot tell me who I am. I do know that.
Where do you get your confidence from?
My father, honestly, he is like, he's a girl dad. I'm one of 3 girls, but he was just so intentional about like the qualities and values that he instilled in us from a kid. Like, I'm black and I'm strong with hard work and study. I can't go wrong. I learned that when I was 3.
Yeah.
You know, and like little, like just things that he just always did, showing up, coming to work in his post office uniform and sitting in the bleachers while I'm playing volleyball. And, you know, my mom was working. She wasn't able to be there, but like he was tired. He still came and was there. If I said I was interested in art, I would come home one day. Now there's a canvas with paint and this and that. If I said I want to play the violin, he's doing that. And like also just telling me like you can, you know, be anything you want to be. And then also disciplining me the hell out of me. I was the only daughter that had to be disciplined. The other 2 were goody two shoes, colored in the lines.
Yeah.
I was the one that had to be handled like a boy. And so, but I also respected that he understood I needed that, and it probably saved my life in a lot of ways. Wow. Shout out to Father. I love you.
I mean, no, that's dope. I hope to be the same thing for my daughter, so that's great. And the last question is, share a quote or a mantra that you always live by.
Share a quote or a mantra that I always live by. I think, yes, mantra, I would say, when I walk into any room or any new location, any new city or whatever environment, I am always in a very sincere way more interested in the idea of getting to know other people than like being like, I'm more interested in getting to know other people and knowing their stories than like telling mine. And I got that also from my father. Is like to stay curious,
just learn more
about other people, and to like just be open to it. And I think like a lot of people don't necessarily get the spotlight. I am a beautiful woman. I'm usually a magnetic personality, center of attention. So that's just always going to come to me. So like when I walk into a room and I turn to the person who doesn't necessarily have that commanding presence, and I'm interested in them and getting to know their story versus telling my own, that is more powerful than the latter, right?
Yeah.
So like, and that's something that my father always told me. Like when I'm like, oh, I went to this place and I'm in Brazil, and he's like, so tell me about the people that you met. He's like, what do your pilots do? What's their story? And if I can't answer those questions, he's kind of just like, that's a bummer that's not on. You can't give me that. You could tell me all the things about the other stuff, the obvious, but like, why are you not being intentional about talking to the people that you're in the rooms with? And like, they have a story, they have gems and things that, you know, you can take and implement into your life and just pass along. If you are, there's more, you're more so interested in them than like yourself.
Yeah.
I think that is like something I just try to always be, especially because I just naturally command attention. I'm like, I don't ever want to be the girl that like people think I just get drunk off of that, or that I'm just the star of the show. I really play the background.
Yeah.
Like if you know me, I'm really a background. I'm filming. How do you think I'm creating this content? I'm filming everything in front of me. It's not about me.
Yeah.
Like I show clips of me, but it's really the beautiful experiences that I'm seeing and whatever. And that means my mouth is closed, my camera's on, and I'm observing.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's the end. I mean,
that's it. No! I thought we were gonna camp out and stay here all day.
That was
Ryan.
How long? What's our time at?
No, it wasn't long enough.
Damn, this is my longest episode by far.
Way.
By far.
How long was it?
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Nothing. We could just really. We haven't even done much here, guys. Tell them to let us stay.
No, this was great. I gotta edit this, so for me. But no, this was honestly, you know, such a great episode. I'm so glad to have you on here.
Likewise.
It went somewhere that I thought it was gonna go, and also places I didn't know it would go. You cried
twice.
Almost cried. It didn't roll down the cheek, so it was not a full cry, but you teared up. But
keep it
it got very just intentional and honest, which is why I wanted to create this space. And I feel like everyone I've selected to be on here has, to your point, like that last point you just made, this show is for y'all.
Yeah.
Obviously, I answer your questions and I'll give my input here, but this is Naya's episode.
Yeah.
Like everyone's episode that's here, that is their episode, and I feel like me creating this platform for other people is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
One of my things that was important to me to, you know, give people who do have a platform or who don't have a platform just another platform and another way to express themselves in a way they probably don't do on their own platform. You know what I mean? Like you're not really gonna talk about all this stuff on your own as you by yourself, you know, but if it's probed by somebody, it's curated in a certain way, and I can ask very specific questions, like it's allowing people that know you to learn about, and me learn about you as well. So
this felt good though too.
Yeah.
Like you're doing this is fantastic what you've created.
Thank you.
And it's rapidly evolving. Like it's just becoming better and better and better and better every time I see it. And I mean, how you put this together so fast is admirable in itself, but I'm proud of you. I really am.
I appreciate that.
And just keep doing your thing. And also, like I said, this was too short, so please come invite me back.
No,
I'm gonna have to unpack some more things later.
I'm working on a second set of questioning for a returning guest because this line of questioning is pretty similar for my initial guest.
Yeah.
But I definitely have people who want to come back, so I want to create another element that could elevate the conversation to a different direction. But that's it. I hope you guys received and were able to take something valuable from this episode. I'm sure if you guys are still listening, you're clearly enjoying it. So if you're still here 2 hours and 20 minutes in, I appreciate you. And I'll leave you with my closing line. The first move will always be hard, but the regret for making no moves will always be harder.
Facts.
The choice is yours.
Truly. Thank you, Ryan.
It's a wrap.
I built this shit. Me. I love the game. I love the hustle.